What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 219 of the Nonsense Review. That's right, it's happy number time.
219 is a happy number, is it?
It is indeed a happy number.
Okay. The closest thing to a 219 fact I have is a 2219, because that's the code for a human has breached Monsters, Inc.
I think we have to wait about 30 years before we get that high.
Yeah, another 2,000 episodes.
If we combine the number system, let's do the numbles, Rick. If we combine the number convention of all of our podcasts, it would take significantly less time. However, that's not how we work.
Is that number Wang?
Let's play Cucumber Wang. No, Timmy, that would be shit. But yes, 219 is a happy number. It's a number theory in which a number which eventually reaches 1 when the number and when applicable, the sum of the square of each of its digits is replaced by the sum of the square of each digit. It's a lot of math and it can fuck off, but it is a happy number. That's your fact. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, reasonable.
I'm your host as always, Devon. Joining me as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
You should start just randomly interrupting me whenever I bring up the numbers and just say, that's number Wang. Like, don't do it all the time, but do it often enough, frequent enough that every time it just tickles me.
Yeah. It can't be every week, otherwise it'd get old, but like now and again, is it number Wang?
I do love the skit where it eventually gets to, I can't think of any more numbers. That's number Wang. But yes, today we are doing our finale of our Space Month 2025 working title, and if you're familiar with what we do for our Space Month, this is like our fifth one. We've done these a lot. And we always finish off with a Star Wars.
Yeah, this is our fourth one because the first one was not on a May the 4th theme. It was just, want to watch Star Wars.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that. It's been a minute, man. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, in fact, I think the actual wording was, open up Disney, type in STAR.
I think I prefaced it as well with, if you don't feel like doing a movie today, we don't have to.
Yeah, you did.
The original trilogy was great. The prequel trilogy, it's looked upon rather fondly nowadays, but let's be really realistic here. It's not good.
It's had a historical quality upgrade thanks to the existence of the sequels.
I don't even know if that's what does it. I think it's just because a lot of us watched this when we were 10.
Sure, I get you.
I mean, this movie came out in 2002. I did watch it when I was 10.
Yeah, sure. I remember that this is one that I did see it a couple of times because I was a horny teenager and getting to see Natalie Portman in the leather dress at some point was it was a saving grace of that scene, which is otherwise a truckster fire. Truckster fire? A dumpster fire.
I don't remember her dressing particularly revealing in this.
When Anakin is giving the really cringy no, it's because I'm so in love with you speech. She's in a it's not even that revealing, but it's a very cleavagey leather outfit.
So it's literally that meme of the monkey.
Yes, Neuron has activated.
Okay.
Except I would have been 16 at the time, so...
We didn't have access to internet pornography in the early 2000s.
I had only just gotten the internet.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. It wasn't a common thing to have the internet and therefore access to pornography.
Yeah, it was dial-up. It was like the Simpsons gag of Comic Book Guy trying to load Captain Janeway porn on 56k modem.
It's so weird because I didn't know who that was when that episode came out, and now I know Captain Janeway is like just a Star Trek character.
Yeah, she's a Star Trek character who was current at the time and is the only female captain that I can think of. But yes, Comic Book Guy is disgusting and wants to look at her boobs.
Says the guy who just confessed to watching Attack of the Clones several times just to get a glimpse of cleavage.
Oh yes, yes.
The only way Captain Janeway's ever been described to me is like, I can't be arsed with Star Trek. I tried. I get points for trying, I think. Captain Janeway was described to me as Captain Fuck It.
Yeah, I think she outsmarted Q by going, I don't give a fuck about what you're doing. I'm just gonna... I'll play your game as long as it suits me, and then I'm gonna hit you in the head.
That wasn't her. That was I can't remember the dude's name, but I think it must have been Deep Space Nine or something. It was the
was that
dude.
Sisko? Yeah, fair enough.
Because he just punches Q, and Q's like, Picard never hit me. I'm not Picard.
Yeah.
It's such a good fucking comeback.
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
He's also an all-powerful fucking cosmic being. Why does he care about getting punched in the face every so often?
Yeah. He can just delete his memories of it having happened.
That's not really how that works, but whatever.
No,
Rick!
No.
Those of you who are new to the podcast probably don't know this, but what we do is talk about our weeks and the goings-on in Wide Universe. Or should I say, I do, Rick doesn't do a lot. Rick, what are you adding today?
So I did actually, instead of doing exactly what I said I was going to do last week, and watch the rest of Tales of the Underworld, I ended up going, this was good. I'm going to reward myself for it later, so I'm going to watch Tales of the Empire instead. So I'm halfway through Tales of the Empire. I've watched the... I'm 2/3 of the way through Tales of the Empire. I've watched all of the...
Night Sister Girl.
Yeah, the Night Sister Girl. I forget her name. But yeah, I was... Morgan Elsbeth. I've watched all of her episodes, and I enjoyed them more than I was expecting to. And then I've seen the first episode of Barriss, and yeah, she's a fun enough character to follow, and what she does makes sense for that part of the universe and that time.
It's really easy to hate Barriss because of how much she fucked Ahsoka over.
Yeah. And then she's got the audacity in episode 2, which I've seen the start of, and then I got interrupted and it needed to stop, of looking sad. How dare you look sad when you've been an arsehole?
Wow, okay, that's a sentence.
Oh boy, yeah. But yeah, I've not otherwise done very much this week, other than that I also did start watching a couple of new anime, so we'll see how those go. One of them is an underground healer, because he couldn't get a license to heal properly, even though he's a really good healer mage.
Yeah, so it's Anders.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's watch Anders the anime. He goes from healer of the desperate to wanted terrorist.
Yeah. He appears to have a harem, and one of the girls is a lizard lady who's actually an underworld don. And even though she's in the harem, she threatens him with, you're gonna have to really, really justify why you're charging me $1 million for just an amputation, because you know what I do to people who cheat people. And he goes, oh yeah, so after the amputation, I'm gonna regenerate your arm, first of all the bones, then the muscle, then the nerves, because it's painful to do the muscles around the nerves, and then the skin. And she goes, oh, okay, that's worth way more than $1 million.
Okay, but at the same time, this really bothers me because you're saying that she's a lizard girl.
Yeah.
Can she not just do that?
I think she's more of a dragon girl. She's a human with a few dragon scales on her.
Oh, okay, so boring.
Yeah, a boring lizard girl, yeah. And, so we'll see how the anime that I have started are gonna go. I've not watched anime in quite some time. So yes, and also it's 7 episodes in, so I've got a fair few to catch up on. Meanwhile, out in the world, Random House. You may know of these guys as a publisher, also otherwise known as Penguin. So Penguin Random House have bought Boom Studios. You may know Boom Studios as the comic guys who've done the modern Power Rangers comics.
Oh, okay, so I would have read them when I perused Godzilla vs. Power Rangers.
Yeah. So, and Penguin Random House are being real fucks, in that they are removing all of the Boom Studios comic library from people's comic libraries on digital platforms.
Yeah, okay, this is why you need to steal shit.
Yeah, you either need to steal stuff or have physical copies of things like this. For comics, having physical copies is actually a big deal, because some of them end up being worth something in future.
It's not really a thing now. That's more, unless you've got an issue of a character being introduced, which just does not happen nowadays, it's probably not going to be worth that much.
Yeah, a character's introduction where the character ends up exploding in popularity. Deadpool is from the 90s, so
or Superman from the fucking 30s, motherfucker.
Okay, but you know what I mean. You were saying about it happening these days, and these days I consider the 90s to be within living memory, even though I wasn't able to, make my own purchases at the time. Things like that, when someone like that was introduced, if you just so happen to have that issue, then that's going to be, okay, it's not as big of a deal as Action Comics or Detective Comics when Superman and Batman were introduced, but it's one of the more modern day equivalents of that. And characters that are introduced nowadays are nowhere near as big of a deal.
I will just say, like, I'm a big proponent of having digital, owning digital media, because it just makes life easier. You don't have to have so much physical storage space. However, it's one of the issues that came up with Steam not too long ago, where, like, the only saving grace that Steam has is they've never lied about it. They've always said that, yeah, technically speaking, you don't own your games on Steam. If the company decides to take it away, it's gone. I don't think it's happened yet, but if it does, I think that's when people will start flocking to good old games again.
Yeah, they are generally pretty good at it about it. The time that this tends to happen is when like an MMO shuts down, and
MMOs are a special beast, though.
Yeah, whether or not it was a paid purchase or not, it's useless to have it after it shuts down anyway. So Steam just removes the ability to even re-download it, which is kind of fine because it takes up space on their servers just to host something that's of no use to anyone.
Also, how many MMOs are exclusively on Steam?
Yeah, like none. Actually, yeah, probably quite a lot. But like the one that I can think of that was buy to own then pay to play was WildStar Online, and I do own a copy of it, and it shut down.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a space cowboy Warcraft clone.
So shit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, the action system was a lot more condensed, so you had to put all of your actions from your whole menu into exactly 7 buttons.
We don't need to go into detail about this game that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm sad because it was actually cool. I preferred it to Warcraft. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's the main thing that I've seen this week. I scrambled looking for something else that's happened out in the universe, but everything that I've seen is just depressing. So,
wow, you don't try hard enough, my friend.
Hey.
I can do it.
Yeah, you can. This is just something that I found. But yes, I'm going to throw it over to you. How have you been? What have you seen?
Yeah, on a personal front, I've not done much that I can talk about because I can talk about it, but you haven't seen it, and I know you're going to see it, so we'll move on.
Okay.
We got a really fun email. We got 2 emails from the same guy. One, the initial message, and the second one saying, "Hey, just following up. Do you want to do this thing?" And I'm just ignoring them. But yeah, we've been asked explicitly to shill Star Wars themed NFTs, and I cackled as I opened the email.
Yeah.
Don't buy NFTs. I can't believe they're still a thing. I won't tell you specifically what the design was for the NFT, but it's Star Wars themed. It was released on May the 4th, and they're like, yeah, we're making big money off this. You can join the action. And it's like, oh, go die in a fire.
Yeah. Maybe not die in a fire, but yeah, kind of.
It's they don't own Star Wars either. So
no.
The legality of this is already questionable.
Yep.
Like, I'm not saying that Disney would not happily whore out the franchise if they thought they could make a buck, but I've got my suspicions they didn't in this case. Yeah, don't buy NFTs. Don't listen to podcasters who tell you to buy NFTs. Fuck, I just remembered there was that entire fucking... Remember the Hak-Twa girl?
Oh yeah, the Hak-Twa coin. And like, she rug pulled it, and the way that she got round it was by going to sleep.
Yeah, she was just like, oh, dude, can you see what's happened? Oh, I can't believe this. And then no one heard from her again as she swam in millions of dollars.
Yeah.
To be fair, that technically wasn't an NFT, but it was a not a Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it was a Hak-Twa crypto coin, yeah.
Do you remember that time when Burger King tried to make fucking crypto coins?
No!
Oh, yeah, it was a fun time. Okay, I'm bending the truth slightly for comedic effect, but it was effectively, if you did XYZ, they would give you special Burger King bucks that was only usable in Burger King, but the way to get it was suspiciously like bit mining.
Yeah, jeez.
Anyway, you ready for some news?
Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty, Rick, out of fucking nowhere, The Amazing World of Gumball is getting a new season.
It is! So apparently this is coming to Disney, isn't it?
Yes and no. It's coming to Disney in the United States, but everywhere else it's remaining on Hulu, etc.
Yeah, so I think it's all the other way around. I think it's coming to Hulu in the United States, and then we get it on Disney because we don't have Hulu.
That's the one, yeah, sorry, I read this rather incorrectly. It's also getting a name change. Instead of The Amazing World of Gumball, it's going to be called, and and this name change sucks, the wonderfully weird world of Gumball. I think they really wanted the alliteration, but like it does not come off the tongue anywhere near as easily.
Yeah, I've also seen pictures of the new voice actors. They are a couple of new kids doing the voices.
That's fine, who cares? Right, more importantly, the creative director is the same.
Yes. Yeah, good shit.
So yeah, just it was such an out of nowhere story. So that show's been off the air for longer than it aired.
Yeah.
So it was on air for 8 years. Oh, sorry, it's not quite been on hiatus for that long. It was on. It went on hiatus in 2019, so almost as long. Yeah, a lot of people were not a fan of the ending because it ended pretty much on a really shitty cliffhanger. So yeah. Hopefully it's fun. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the show in the first place. It's just really easy to just put it on and not think. Alrighty, moving on because Rick has nothing to add.
No. Sorry.
In more serious news, Joe Biden made an announcement that he has pretty severe prostate cancer.
Oh, yeah. So, for the first time in a long time, I'm actually agreeing with Piers Morgan.
I don't know what he said.
Basically saying, do not jump on this as a political thing. If you do, then you're a piece of shit.
I don't think anyone has.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have.
Go on.
Basically, everyone apart from Trump himself on the right wing is now saying, oh, it was a cover-up. They said that he was perfectly fine, and now he's got cancer. Oh, his wife's a doctor. How did she miss this? And, yeah,
she's a PhD doctor, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so that's got nothing to do with medicine.
I know that, but
I'm asking because I don't actually know what she's got a doctorate in.
Oh, well, don't care. But the thing is, the griftosphere is jumping on it as another piece of rage bait.
The only article I've seen on it that is generally confusing to me is that how the fuck was this not caught earlier for him?
Yeah, I think what they're actually saying is yes, it was caught earlier, and now it's gotten to somewhere where it can't be reasonably treated, and treatment will just fail.
That's unusual for prostate cancer, though, because if it's caught early, it's usually pretty dealable with.
It's gone to his bones, though.
I understand that, Rick. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if it was caught early, as some people are saying that it was, it's very treatable, which leads to the suspicion that it was not, in fact, caught early, which is weird when it comes to, doctors, especially when they're treating such a high-profile person. They don't really care if they miss those sort of things with plebs like you or I, but if it's the former president of the United States,
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just saying. Nobody deserves to go through cancer. It fucking sucks. And Joe Biden was by far not the worst president of the United States, I think is fair to say.
Not even in living memory.
It's a low bar.
Yeah.
It's a very low bar. Like, the first president I was aware of, like consciously aware of, was George Bush, and he was a terrible president. I thought he was going to be the worst president ever, but boy, did the universe show me.
Yeah, I was vaguely aware of George Bush Sr., and then for the longest
off,
time...
were you?
The longest time when I was a child, it was like Bill Clinton.
Yeah, Bill Clinton, sure, but like I can't... No way was he in your fucking sphere of influence when he was president. George Bush Sr., I mean.
He popped up on the news now and again when I was like, oh man, the news, I hate the news.
And now you're in your late 30s and you think the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, I still hate the news. I still would rather watch cartoons.
Oh jeez. Yeah, but it's not nice. Nothing else to say about that really, other than shit sucks. Lads, when you reach a certain age, get the finger in the bum.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It might not be pleasant, and you might not want to do it, but if you catch it early, then you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm coming up on that age now.
Yeah, don't. I'm nowhere near, and I'm still looking in the future going, oh god. Because it's terrifying, isn't it? Because, like, what if?
Yeah, I'm at that age when I start to use phrases like, I'm at that age, and yes, I've reached the moment where I have to get up at night to pee, and that's a prostate thing.
Oh, yeah, but the amount of caffeine you drink.
No, not even. It's literally the size of your prostate. It just grows over time, and that's just the reason that you need to get up in the middle of the night to piss.
I could have done without that information, because I've always gotten up in the middle of the night to piss. But that might also be a good thing. That might just mean I've always had a big prostate.
Either that, or you drink a healthy amount of fluid.
I don't think that's it.
I do
anyway.
not drink a healthy amount of fluid. I am, like, permanently dehydrated.
Okay, well, I'm not that bad. Anyway, let's move on to other news. This story makes me feel so happy. A couple in Cambridgeshire have been ordered to demolish their £1 million home.
Oh boy, what have they done?
They got planning permission to build a very specific type of building, and instead of building that building, they built a house. They basically decided to fuck around, and now they're in the finding out stage of things. Originally, they applied for planning, and I want to point out, Rick, their planning permission was very specific.
Oh yes, yeah, it was for something that they had applied for, and not a fucking house for themselves. Probably not even for themselves. Probably just to rent out, because that's what the owning class does.
Oh no, they're living in it themselves.
They're living in it. Okay, fair enough.
In fact, that's one of their big arguments as to why they don't want to turn it down, because it's like, oh, we'll be homeless, and it's like, well, you shouldn't have fucking spent £1 million on a house you couldn't build.
Yeah.
but yeah, Rick, the original planning permission was for a horse semen laboratory.
Powerful.
Yeah. They wanted to build a horse, and to be fair, they did have a legitimate business at the time, which failed because they didn't have the building. For those of you who don't know, by the way, there's a lot of money in horse spunk.
Yes, there is.
Just straight up. So they were going to build this, and instead they just decided to build it. Now, the kicker is, the original planning permission, in the bottom floor was going to be the laboratory, the top floor was going to be a flat, specifically so the people who work in the laboratory could live there. So,
yeah,
it's just, they've really just shot themselves in the foot for no fucking reason.
Yeah, they applied for the flat part where, either the person living there, or even themselves, because that they were just going to use that as a way to have a penthouse over the top of a premium building. They obviously expanded that living quarters to the entire building.
Yeah, so they were meant to have like a small kitchenette up on the top floor to make it a livable thing, and instead, when they went to investigate the building, they just got a kitchen and a living room downstairs instead of the horse spunk laboratory.
Yeah. Jeez, biscuits.
And it's just like, I've got no sympathy for these guys. I've read the article over and over, and the funny thing is they're quoted as saying, well, you see, we heard something in 2020 about permissions and such, but they never followed up on it, so we assumed it was okay. It's like, no. And the other issue is that, again, they basically said, look, we've done all the work and we've built the building, can we just not leave it? And it's like, no, because then you won't learn anything, you dicks.
Yeah, like actually.
I'll acknowledge that £1 million is a lot of money, and I'd be fucking pig sick if I spent £1 million building a house, and then it's like, nope, you got to get rid of it. But you didn't apply for the planning permission, you fucks. You did this. If you've got £1 million, fuck you anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And they're just like, oh, we're going to be broke and we're going to be poor. And it's like, well, fucking tough shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Fucking have a whip round with your mates. Anyway, Rick, this is not a wrestling podcast.
No, it's not. What's happened?
Got two stories for you today. The first one is that one Roman Reigns, a pretty big name in WWE, is being heavily rumoured to be playing, he'll be playing the role of Akuma in an upcoming Street Fighter movie. Very briefly, Rick, look up the name Roman Reigns and tell me that he does not have the body shape for Akuma. You can't.
Yeah, he's even looks good when he's got stuff around his neck. Like, this looks to be like a lei.
Yeah, that's a very important piece of his gimmick, Rick. Yeah. So Akuma instead wears his light prayer beads, doesn't he? And sometimes, yeah.
That's basically already playing into the same aesthetic.
Yeah, I think it's a good casting choice. Like, Roman Reigns can actually act pretty competently. Plus, you don't have to act that much for Akuma. Plus, he's got the perfect body for it.
Yeah. Andrew Koji, Jason Momoa, Noah Centineo, and Roman Reigns, all in talks for Street Fighter.
All of those are big, buff, muscly men.
Yes.
The other thing, Rick, is you may remember me bringing this up on the podcast before. I'm now going to bring it up again. Darby Allin has successfully climbed Everest.
Ah, sweet.
He flew the AEW flag at the top of Everest's peak while he took his photo op picture. I will say, I'm going to poo-poo him a little bit because I looked at his climbing team. His climbing team is him and 4 Sherpas.
Yeah.
I'm just like, don't get me wrong, it's still a physically impressive feat. You can't do this just on a whim, but you've got 4 Sherpas and all they're doing is looking after after you. This is some Homer Simpson shit.
The Homer Simpson one was like they put him in a bag while he was sleeping and did all the climbing for him.
Again, I can't stress this enough. I'm not diminishing his achievement in that he did still climb Everest. It's an impressive feat. You have to be physically fit. He's a wrestler, of course he is. But just you with 4 Sherpas, fuck off. Now, again, holding my hands up, I wouldn't be able to do it. Rick wouldn't be able to do it. We acknowledge this.
No.
But
like, I can't even climb the cow and calf, and you can walk onto that.
What?
So there's a pair of miniature rocks near us. There's the cow, which is a big one that you can walk onto, and the calf, which is a big old massive giant boulder that's maybe about 25 meters high.
Do you ever hear something and go, fuck, I hate Britain?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2 rocks, one of them's big, the other one's little, but the little one's still massive.
Yeah. Oh, God. But yeah, it's impressive. He has climbed it. There was a bunch of jokes on the internet which would have been really funny, but physically impossible. It's like, what if Eddie Kingston was just already at the top of Everest and just clotheslined him? That would be the funniest shit ever, but completely unreasonable to expect anyone to do.
Yep.
He did also technically set a world record. About halfway up the mountain, he did a kickflip on a skateboard, which is apparently the highest elevation anyone's ever done that at.
True, fair enough.
But it's also like, apparently he didn't need to go up nearly that high to do it, because that record didn't exist before.
Yeah.
What a weirdo. Currently he's obviously climbing back down the mountain. So, yeah, fair enough. It's always good to hear that someone managed to climb Everest without dying horribly.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, Rick, for the sake of the audience, and for me who want to watch along, what are we doing?
We are doing Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Available on Disney Plus. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, so on Disney Plus, it decides that it needs to put in brackets after Attack of the Clones, Episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having to do this pretty much ever since we said we were going to do this on the podcast. I have to try so hard not to call it Clone Wars.
I know, right? Well, I also have to try not to call it Send in the Clones, because that's what they called it in Mad Magazine before it was announced.
Alrighty, Rick, I'm going to have a little break right now. It's your turn to read the opening crawl.
Yep, there we are. I'm going to wait until there's enough of it to read other than Star Wars!
Yeah, wait until the first paragraph is up. Otherwise, it's going to be bad. Yeah. I will say, this is a pretty novel. I think we've brought this up and said it to death, but it is nice that it gives you just enough background information with just a little bit of text.
Yeah, you get the, reading random paragraphs of floating across space.
Yeah.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. There is unrest in the Galactic Senate. Several thousand solar systems have declared their intentions to leave the Republic.
Declared?
Declared? Yeah. Yes, there's this separative movement under the leadership of the mysterious Count Dooku has made it difficult for the limited number of Jedi Knights to maintain peace and order in the galaxy. Senator Amidala, the former Queen of Naboo, is returning to the Galactic Senate to vote on the critical issue of creating an army of the Republic to assist the overwhelmed Jedi.
Is it not laughable, looking back at it and saying the limited amount of Jedi when there's fucking Jedi everywhere?
Yeah, there's like 20,000 of them, and like 200 of them survive Order 66.
The more Star Wars canon is written after Episode 3, the more Jedi miraculously survive that order.
Yeah, I mean, to their credit, that's to make the Inquisitors look better by giving them something to hunt.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because otherwise there'd be no need for them.
Yeah. I know some people don't like the shininess of them, but I do like the design of these prequel spaceships.
Yeah, the newbie. I think this one is so much of a cooler one than the one in Episode 1 as well.
I like the Episode 1 one a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But the escort fighters in particular I love, and I'm not the only one who loves them because they brought it back in The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like a big old, like, massive manta ray-shaped, like, stealth bomber.
Yeah, I get it. I can seize it.
Like if the Blackbird from X-Men was a stealth bomber.
Well, not quite.
Oh, yeah, that's something that I didn't see at the cinema. the animation on the engine's right there.
Oh yeah, you got to be paying attention.
Yeah.
I will say, I think this movie is the worst offender for unnecessary CG.
Yeah, the good old leave it alone, George. Maxim. Yeah, you can tell that's Natalie Portman straight away. And we already know that that's the joke that they do.
I couldn't tell that was Natalie Portman straight away, not until she takes her hat off.
I mean, when you can see her looking sideways and frowning, that's the expression that she makes when she does that expression.
Have you say so, man?
Actually, Corday does actually look like a reasonable doppelganger.
A lot more than fucking Elizabeth Swann.
Yeah.
Keira Knightley, that's who I was looking for.
Yeah.
Although
she did just wait until it was time to die and then just flop her head sideways.
Well, you know. I was going to say, that was one of my favourite games to play during our Phantom Menace watch through, was just like, now, is that Keira Knightley or is it Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
Because when you go into that movie for the first time, you don't know they're two different people.
No, because they are they are intentionally similar.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's Kiadi-Mundi.
Yeah, biggest dick in the Senate.
Otherwise known as that man with tall head.
Got Kit Fisto, we've got, is it Luminara?
Yeah, we've got Luminara and Barris.
I didn't even know Barris appeared in the live action.
Yeah, Barris Offee and Luminara Unduli. This is before she got slandered and tarred with the Clone Wars brush.
Yeah. Especially does in this office. I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Greedo, doomed to die.
No. It's Greed M. It's a couple of letters before Greedo.
Rick, how did Jar Jar become a senator?
I don't know.
I will say...
I know exactly what it is. It's because they didn't want to deal with this bullshit on Naboo, so Boss Nass was like, oh, Jar Jar, you go fuck off. fuck off to space, Jar Jar.
Oh, Jesus. I will say Jar Jar is like 10 times more tolerable in this role than he was in the first film.
Yeah, because he shuts up.
Yeah.
Like, the best time we see Jar Jar is in Revenge of the Sith, where the only thing he says is sorry.
Oh, no, he also says, I propose we give Bombard general powers to the Senate.
Yeah, he says that in this, and in Revenge of the Sith, all he says is sorry.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Padme's funeral.
Yeah, because he needs to give the Clone War... No, because in the next one, it's him giving Senator Palpatine Supreme Counselor powers. Isn't it?
No, I think he does that in this.
No, in this, it's just the Clone Army.
There's the shot. There's the Yoda shot. That's the Yoda shot that became the Yoda trading card for all Yoda trading cards. He's just looking over his shoulder and giving it the side eye. It breaks my blackened little heart.
Ian McDiarmid is a very good actor.
He is. Oh, did you see that luminous Twi'lek in the background?
I did. It was very hard to ignore.
Yeah. It was like, what's her skin tone? Highlighter? Oh, two senses.
I do remember when this film came out and people were complaining about, hey, how come they talk about fucking things that were more exciting than the movie in the movie?
Yeah. I sense that you're horny, young Padawan.
The last time I saw her, I called her an angel.
Now I'm 14 feet taller.
I know what an erection is, Obi-Wan. I can't stop!
Last time I saw her, I was 10. Now I look older than she does.
Oh, it's a bad sign that I'm already fucking looking over the fucking time limit to see how much time we got left. Oh! Look,
I don't think they ever explained why Panaka had a bum eye, but oh well.
It's played by a different actor as well.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't say Panaka, I would have assumed that wasn't even Panaka.
Immediately puts his foot in the mouth. Yeah, she's having to bite her tongue.
Well, there's that awesome fucking fan theory, which, because of the amount of time that Anakin spends with Padme, and the reason why Padme falls for him, despite the fact that he's a total geek, is that apparently Anakin is so powerful with the Force, but so inexperienced with it, that he's just projecting his emotions onto Padme, and that's why Padme falls for him so easily.
Oh no, he's a space incubus.
Okay, well.
Please, no arguing in front of the Queen.
I did get slightly sidetracked because of reasons. But like I will say, I know Jar Jar got shat on back in the day, but my days, the only good piece of CG in this movie is probably Jar Jar.
Yeah, Jar Jar and the Dex. Dex is a pretty good.
Yeah. I think Dex could have looked better with practical effects, though.
Oh, totally.
Like Jar Jar, they can't really do with practical effects just because of the height, if nothing else.
Yeah, the height and the way that they want to make the eyes look.
Yeah,
and they do make the eyes look good. Like when he just did a bit of sideline, a gulp. That's the exact kind of animation detail that you benefit from CGI from.
Mm-hmm. That's another annoying thing about this film, is Anakin's still a fucking Padawan, so Obi-Wan has to constantly be telling him shit.
Yeah. Including the fact that, yes, she was pleased to see us. Ah, yes, the advertised extra, Zam Wesell.
Yeah. Fucking weirdly, N.D. Stevens really likes Zam Wesell, although not that weirdly when you consider the non-binary thing. Did they become non-binary, or did they fully transition to a man? I actually generally don't know.
They had top surgery.
That doesn't answer the question, though.
Anyway,
either way, let's just say they and stick with it safe. That's not the main point of my thing. I think they transitioned to Nate. But ND's fine. You can still say ND and they and not be disrespectful. Yeah. That was my main point. I'm not being weird about it. Anyway, point being, they made a series of comics. Well, I say comics. They were like one panel at a time. It was on Twitter quite a while ago, because obviously Twitter's a trash fire now. Of just Zam Wesell hanging out with Django and Boba as a kid. And just being like a surrogate fucking, I guess, cousin.
Yeah. Only to know that that Django's immediately going to kill her the moment that she becomes a potential liability.
What? He's right, though, because she's 2 seconds away from fucking spilling the beans.
Yeah.
Here's this weird thing as well. It's like, I have no idea why, but you bringing up fucking Jaxter Dex. Is it Jaxter or Dexter?
I think it's Dexter.
Dexter.
I think it might just be Dex.
I think it's Jaxter Dex, but whatever. You bringing him up.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually, yeah.
For some reason, my brother loves that character, and to this day, I don't know why. He's in the movie for 2 minutes.
Yeah, but at least he's an enjoyable guy. He's like a nice fella.
Yeah, but...
So he's your brother's favourite glupshitto.
I mean, I wouldn't phrase it like that if I told him, but yeah. I find it very confusing that they could sense the evil bugs, but they couldn't sense the evil robot.
Yeah, well, I guess the point of it is that you can sense living things a lot more easily than you can send to droids with the Force.
But even then, the bugs shouldn't be malicious. They're just being bugs.
Yeah, they're not really sapient. They're just there to hunt for the only thing in there that's made of meat. But they are smart enough to hide from the stealth mission.
Well, maybe they do have malicious intent.
R2, shut up, she's trying to sleep.
Who sleeps with their astromech?
Oh, apparently Padme, when she's being monitored.
By the way, we're going to see it in like a minute or so, if that, but I do think it's fucking overkill the way Anakin deals with these bugs.
Yeah. I think this is the time when R2 actually gets transferred from Padme to Anakin as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he very definitely was in Panaka's ship, wasn't he?
Yes, he was in that fighter. Although you could argue that was Padme's ship.
Yeah, one or the other. The other astromech got murked in the explosion. Full credit to Obi-Wan for just, like, no hesitation through the window.
Yeah, but he knows how to use the Force.
Yeah, true. GTA Coruscant.
I like to think that Anakin just, because he's got such a piloting background, and he is, if not the best, then a close second place pilot in the galaxy. I do like the thought that he just took 2 seconds there to go, which of these is the easiest to hot wire?
Yeah. Either that or which is going to be the fastest. And there wasn't a red one. What's the closest thing to red? Yellow.
Well, that yellow has served him well thus far.
Yeah.
So at that moment, Zam Wesell was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, she doesn't even want the thing back anymore. She just wants to eliminate all traces.
Yep. I mean, you'd think there'd be a subroutine in your subterfuge droid to be like, hey, if something grabs onto you, don't come back to me.
Yeah, just explode.
Now, again, I know they have bullshit force powers, but boy, this would still fucking hurt.
It would, yeah. Although it is showing him, like, still descending, so it's less than, like, a direct, immediate, like, slam to the earth.
True enough.
And now he's climbing again.
But it bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
Yeah, it bothers me that they picked Master Yoda for that.
Mace Windu is right there.
Yeah.
Nobody but Yoda can do Yoda's sucking lightsaber technique, because it wouldn't work.
Yeah. Well, Yaddle, but yes.
Yeah, Yaddle, who's how canon she is depends on what mood the writers are in on that day.
Yeah, and I think she's meant to be dead by now.
She would have been, because Count Dooku killed her before fully committing to being evil.
Yeah. That was his, what have I done moment.
He wasn't that broke up over it.
No, he wasn't, but, like, that was his killing Mace Windu moment, essentially.
Yeah.
Like his, I've killed a Jedi, I guess I should be evil now. Not only that, a Jedi Master.
True.
And annoyingly enough, a Jedi Master who had also left the Order for the same reason he had just done.
I don't think she'd left the Order yet. I believe she said she was intending to.
Okay. It's been a couple of years.
It's been a minute since I watched that particular episode.
Yeah, Anakin getting the good old rush of getting electrocuted by a power coupling. Random overdriven guitar noises.
Well, why not? Well, it's not a shortcut, it's heading off at the pass. It's two different things.
Yeah. I hate that cliche. That was Blazing Saddles, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen that movie. I've only seen the funny bits.
Have you not actually seen the whole thing?
No.
Oh, man. I don't think it's one that we can really do for the channel.
Not really. You do know that movie killed an entire genre, right?
Yeah, you mentioned that to me.
Yeah.
Like, they took the piss out of it so thoroughly that people were like, well, fuck it, done. Anything we do is just going to get compared to this piss take.
I mean, yeah. So weird seeing Anakin without a glove on.
Yeah.
Man, Coruscant is a shithole, isn't it?
Yeah. Would I want to live there?
I don't want to
Still
live there.
probably. Yeah, it's just like Greater London Squared, isn't it? In terms of it being like full-on pollution.
I do like that little fucking transition we got for all of 2 seconds.
Yeah, she lost concentration on being human.
Anakin, how?
Oh. You stupid ass.
Good job, Anakin. Now we're all gonna die.
Meanwhile, Obi-Wan's in his flying as for droids phase still.
Flying's hard.
It is. It is.
Oh, it was so silly.
Although I think I told you like a while ago that before I learned to drive, my main source of experience for driving cars was video games. As, you know, it would be. And I was shit at driving cars in video games, whereas in other games that I played, I would be flying, and my number one instinct would be to go over something, which you can't really do in a car unless you're playing Crazy Taxi.
Not even then.
Yeah, it has to be Crazy Taxi 2. So, yeah, I played a lot more piloting games than I did driving games when I was a kid. I love the shitty adverts.
Yeah. It looks like this kind of AI slop that would be generated nowadays.
Oh, yes.
It's very interesting, isn't it, how Obi-Wan says he, but Anakin says she.
Yeah, Anakin now knows that it's a she.
Yeah, but he just said she, and Obi-Wan still went he.
Yeah, fair enough. Or maybe it's just pointing out that he's not entirely listening to... he doesn't entirely listen to Anakin.
Yeah, let's watch Robot Football.
Or the things that were running look just like the kind of AI... Well, not AI slop. The kind of 3D slop that you get at a bowling alley.
Also look like fucking straight-up content farming on YouTube.
Yeah. I'm going to produce some quotable lines.
Do you want to buy some death sticks? apparently that scene was literally just thrown in there because can't remember if it was George specifically or it was someone else just saying like, we want to foreshadow that Obi-Wan's really good at mind tricking people, and it's like, do you need to do that though?
Yeah, and also like because it's a thing that we see Qui-Gon do, but they don't bring attention to it. Whereas with Obi-Wan, they do bring attention to it there, and also in A New Hope when he does it to a bunch of stormtroopers all at once.
Yeah. Well, again, he actually only does it to the captain of that squad, but everyone sees it and they're just like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. Again, speaking of foreshadowing, poetry it rhymes. They're trying to give off vibes of A New Hope.
Yeah. We're trying to remind you of a much better film.
Jesus, yeah.
Oh, yeah, just in case he thought he was not... Oh, yeah, there we are.
It's a come in and dart. Or some bollocks. So that's what their race actually looks like.
Yeah. So it was a bounty hunter called Wee Samit Shlimo.
Well, if they could speak Zam Wesell's language, they probably could. That probably was useful information.
Yeah, it might even be their word for Mando.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Shakti.
Yeah. She dies off screen next movie.
Yeah, she does.
So they decide, what
or
the
not.
Fuck is that thing?
It looks like the horn scent.
Yeah, let's send this horny teenager back with this single eligible Lobo lady.
Yeah, travel as refugees.
So the go-to bit of trivia as to why Yoda speaks like that is just because grammar was different back when he was young. And it's like, that goes out the fucking window because we've seen footage from when he was young and people don't talk like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, he basically speaks with German grammar.
The German fans won't like this, but what he means is incorrect.
No. Well, with German, there's a difference between subject and object in how things are presented in a sentence, so you can put them in any order.
Yeah, but that's not how it works in English, is it, Rick?
Yeah. But the standard way is when the weather good is, go I by foot.
Fuck off.
Which is slightly different to how Yoda speaks, but yes.
I do like the robot chicken bit where it's literally from this movie where they're coming in on the Republic transports, which look fucking cool, by the way.
They do.
Where Yoda gives an order in his backwards talk, and the clone just sighs and he leans down and goes, "Listen, I know what you meant, but we are in a war zone situation. You need to be clearer."
Yeah, because he does it in this way. He goes, around the survivors, a perimeter create.
Yeah, and then it just cuts to Yoda go, "Much to think about, you've given."
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the upgrade from the Phantom Menace Yoda to CGI. And I say upgrade in, like, kind of inverted commas, because the Phantom Menace one was still practical effects.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, I've got to admit, it does kind of look better. But only because that particular puppet was a bit janky.
I'm not complaining about them using CG. I'm complaining that 90% of the film is CG when it didn't fucking need to be.
Yeah.
Like, the worst offender is a scene coming up later, and it involves the Geonosis factory, and you know exactly the one I mean just by saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Padamame, I've been sent to lick your cunny. What? Why did I say that?
Yeah, well, she's wearing, she's got croissants on her hair as a precursor to Leia's Danishes.
Yeah, in case you didn't know who Leia's mum was.
Yeah.
Padme's just
Because
like,
there was
Anakin, you've grown up. Now I can ride your dick.
Yeah, yeah, without being a pedo. Oh boy. Well, watch me piss about with the Force and use it like a fucking toy.
Listen, I'm not saying that I wouldn't use the Force responsibly if I had it, but I do know I would do some dumb shit with it.
Oh, yeah, like, I would try to Mjolnir summon a beer from the fridge. Like you would, though, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't be... No, I'd do dumb shit, but... But
now that I've suggested that, you would.
I don't keep much in the fridge. If there's something in the fridge, I usually have to cook it.
Sure.
But I get this sentiment.
Also, I don't drink beer, so it is just a hypothetical sentiment.
So it's one of those where, like, I wouldn't tell anyone I won the lottery, but there'd be signs. And like, that'd be me with the Force. It's like, I wouldn't tell anyone I had the powers of the Force, but there'd be signs.
Yeah, you suddenly stop getting traffic tickets.
Well, not a problem for me, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, that look. Ooh. This is after he has just said, but I am grown up.
Yeah, he's trying to flirt, but he's not good at it. Spoiler alert!
Yes,
Spoiler alert! Yeah. No one's good at it before they're 20, and even then.
No. Yeah.
That was a really good tear.
It was. It might have been a real one.
I doubt that. Oh, and he just phones up Obi-Wan in the middle of the night. Listen, I've gone past third base. I want to stick it in her butt. What should I do, Master? Always use lubrication, Anakin.
Yeah.
Two in the pink, one in the stink.
Oh man!
Oh no!
I like listening to Jack Whitehall talk about like third base and all that, and one of his descriptions of I think it's third base is tit up.
That's fair.
Which is his short version of feel up the titty.
I got it.
But everyone pulls him up on him just calling it tit up. Yeah, because as much as she is prim and proper and to all outward appearances, she is very much a maverick when it comes to politics. That probably extends to, normal things out in life as well.
I was just going to say she was a down dirty slut, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's a theme park robot.
Yeah.
It might be Dexter Jetser.
Maybe. What the fuck is Jawa juice?
Oh, it's Jawa milk.
Fine. I thought it was going to be way more sinister.
Oh, you're pulling up his trousers because his arse is too fat. He looks a bit like Rex.
I was going to say Rex combined with Long John Silver from Treasure Planet.
Yeah. Why would he have seen one of those there?
This is a dangerous place.
Yeah.
I want to point out, my brother is such a fan of this character that he can do all of these lines without trying.
Fair enough.
It's very convenient that this character only has about half a page of dialogue. This is true. D&D players know.
Yeah. This is before I started properly playing D&D as well, so...
Well, same, but I was 10.
Yeah. Well, that was like it's a way to point at someone in media and go, this is someone who brings up the difference between one and the other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, it's a Sebulba.
Yeah, and he looks like he's shit himself.
Well, they have to walk like that, dude. Don't take the piss.
Don't take the piss, because they shit themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, so between this and Pirates of the Caribbean, I didn't know what pocketbook was, and then 2 films came out in the same year that referred to a pocketbook, and I'm like, okay, it's a purse.
You'd think yeah, okay, fair enough. Back in the day, I was going to say you would have been like, what, 14, 15?
Yeah. If you've not heard a word, you've not heard a word. It's Jocasta Nu.
I do understand that, but at the same time, like, pocketbook with the context of the conversation.
Oh, yeah. It's very easy. It's a very easy jump to make. It's not even a hop or a skip. It's barely even a step of logic.
Mm.
Apparently, this lady, Jocasta Nu, is one of the people that gave Anakin one of his hardest battles when he was in his early Vader moment.
Yeah, they did it in the comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, she has no right being a master duelist.
No, she doesn't. But what else is she going to do? Other than, center herself in the Force all the damn time, because she's not doing a good job of being an archivist, because she's being a prick about it.
At the same time, the size of that archive, you should have more than one.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Let's dress ourselves as refugees, and she still dresses like that.
Yeah, still dresses like that and still gets R2 to serve her.
It is and it isn't, depends who you ask.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's not, actually, because compassion contains the word passion. You've got to be, detached from your emotions. That's the whole point of being centered on the Force. However, all the best characters, the best ones to watch, break that rule by being more human.
Plo Koon is right there.
Yes. It's why Mace Windu is not a great character to watch when he's not fighting, because he's
so
very
strict.
Detached character. He's a very detached... Hey, Isla Sakura. Yeah, he's a very detached character when it's... when he's not in combat. And when he is in combat, he, unleashes the beast.
We saw him in Tales of the Jedi. Dooku is a million times more emotive than Mace Windu. Mace Windu is very... He's almost scary by how fucking neutral he is about everything.
Yeah.
Kudos to Sam Jackson. I'll shit Sam Jackson for ruining the lightsaber colour schemes for all eternity. But other than that, he's a really good actor. Great, some might say. Yeah. Deserves to be in some kind of Hall of Fame, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe so. I do like how Yoda is actually rather friendly with the children.
Yeah, he goes full Fuzzy Bear, doesn't he?
Yeah. How embarrassing.
I do love the story of fucking the Yoda puppet being made, of just them just going, Frank, why have you given us a puppet of your face? Oh, you're going to die next movie.
At best. The Clone Wars are in the middle. He might die in the Clone Wars.
No, he won't. They don't send kids this young out.
Nah.
Although Canon was cutting it fucking close.
Yeah. Any one of these might have ended up as, Commander Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do? Master Cypher Diaz.
Okay, so I read a story about Cypher Diaz.
Yeah, so it was just Sidious,
Yeah.
but written really badly.
They misspelled it, so they just went, fuck it, it's a different character then.
Yeah. Or an alias.
Well, it was meant to be Sid Dios. Literally that. Really shitty fucking alias, considering his name is Darth Sidious.
Yeah.
But, they misspelled it on the notes and they went with it and they were like, fuck it, he's a real character. And I've seen his character design. He looks really fucking grizzled.
Sweet. Oh, like actual normal luggage.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, isn't it? Shouldn't it be like floating?
Yeah, it's like, so it's normal luggage. It's like a normal travel pro.
But like, even in 2003, we had fucking wheels.
Yeah.
Now, Anakin's just trying to show off how beefy he is.
Yeah. And tall.
How the fuck did this prick not get fired between movies?
To be fair, he was being coerced into trying to get Padme to come back.
Yeah, but his arguments were never good. Like, on other details. Like, he was always going, we need to surrender.
Yeah, although he is complaining about Newt Gunray.
Yeah, but so does everybody. Newt Gunray sucks.
Yeah.
And may or may not be mildly racist.
Oh, yes. His depiction is definitely mildly racist.
We don't talk about fucking Watto looking like a Jewish stereotype, but also being immune to mind tricks because he loves money.
Dude, it's even worse in this one. He's got the hat and everything in this one.
Don't. We'll bring it up in like 10 minutes. It was fun seeing him get his head cut off by Maul in the comics. That got retconned. Oh, look at you, Billy Big Bollocks. She does not look right in that white face paint.
No, she doesn't.
She looks like...
Well, she's an Indian lady in whiteface.
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't... It didn't look good on Padme either, but it just looks really weird on this
it looks
lady.
really weird on someone that you know is meant to be, like, darker skinned.
Obi-Wan's got R4 at this point, I believe. Oh, there you go. He just said it.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, R4 was your companion for this level in the Lego game.
Yeah.
He was shit. But you need an astromech to access certain doors.
Well, R4 survives this part, at least.
Yeah, I believe he gets written out between movies. No, I believe he's there during the Grievous fight. I swear he's there during the Grievous fight.
Doesn't he get blown up with that ship on Geonosis?
I don't believe so.
That's why he and Anakin are both trapped there.
I believe he just gets captured on Geonosis. I don't think his ship gets blown up. We'll find out soon enough, won't we?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Man, we find out how much of a cunt these Kaminoans are, don't we?
Yeah. Although Tornwee did awaken a few things in a few people that didn't know they liked giraffe people. Very slender ladies. Do you want to fuck a grey? How about a really tall one that's been stretched?
I've not heard the term grey in so long.
They are, though, aren't they?
Yeah, you're not wrong. So the only difference between men and women is men get the little fucking hair.
Yeah, they get the frill.
God, I don't like their nostrils.
No.
That's a big fucking order.
It is. But that's also when that's also when he put the order in.
And he paid up front, so...
Yeah. One of the finest.
I was going to say, how many armies have you made, buddy?
An army.
Like, when you think about it, like, the moral side of things of using these clones is much worse than the droids.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because even though they are clones, even though they are bred and built for a purpose, they are still people.
Yep.
Whereas you can basically recreate a droid by putting that memory chip into another droid body.
Yeah. I do like how in the Clone Wars they gave a lot more droids personality.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they made the regular battle droids into, having a little bit of that personality.
I do like the scene where like all the commanders get fucking destroyed and there's just a regular battle droid and it zooms in on him and he just goes, well, guess I'm in charge.
Oh, here we go, the stand. Right up in your butthole.
Just like I'm going to be in your butthole later on today.
I can only imagine how much worse sand is for ladies.
What a horrible thing to say.
But that's the thing. I can only imagine because I've never seen a real one up close. No. Oh man, he's stroking
she's showing
her.
off a lot back, isn't she?
Oh, I'm not hearing a no. All she has to do is say, stop it.
Stop it. But it's scenes like this which really do lead credence to that theory of, like, he's just fucking shooting off all this Force energy.
Yeah, Force horny.
It makes no sense otherwise. It really doesn't. Well, actually, it does make sense, because George Lucas can't write romance for shit.
Yeah, that's part of it, yeah.
It's a lot of writers struggle with romance. Like, George R.R. Martin's also crap at it.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm sure I brought this up on the podcast before, but I'll say it again because we're looking at his clones right now. Where George once said, it's a pretty well-known quote, you can look it up. He said, I can go into graphic detail of an axe chopping off someone's head, but I write one little sex scene and people flip their shit. And it's like, yeah, but George, you're not good at writing those.
Yeah.
Your sex scenes are crap. They're not erotic. They don't add to the story. They're just gross.
Well, it's like her bosom's breasted boobily, is it?
No, because that's meant to purposefully take the piss. It's fucking Cersei digs her fingers into her Myrish swamp.
Ah!
I'm not making. I'm all right. I might have gotten the character slightly wrong, but that's definitely a sex scene in Game of Thrones being described, and it's like that's disgusting. Or you got fucking Samwell Tarly's fat pink mast.
Yeah.
It's fucking not good.
A young Temuera Morrison looks so weird.
It's only because of the Boba Fett stuff. Now, I will say, that is straight up Lama Su, didn't realise.
Yeah, that's Lama Su and Tornwee.
Dickheads. Basically, the story goes that George Lucas saw Temuera Morrison once and went, yes, this is what an army of super soldiers will look like.
Yeah. I mean, if he was making it today, what do we do that with, like, Chris Hemsworth?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa played Conan the Barbarian, and he did it well, and I'm really annoyed that we don't have multiple films of him playing Conan.
Commander Cody!
No, you don't know that, because there's multiple people with the yellow.
Yeah, this is the first one we see.
But there was another guy in the same shot with the yellow markings.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh man, we got the meme coming up.
Oh boy, bet you got fingered a lot back then.
I asked for details. I don't want to hear the details.
Who does? You caddy little bitch.
After he's literally given her a locked lips and been
trying to Roger her for the last 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, fascism. Woo!
Mm. Yeah. Someone wise, right? Someone wise, right? Yep.
I'm a senator. Is that from this movie or the next one?
I don't know, actually.
Or is it just a line that's been memed to death that it wasn't actually in either movie? Are we in Sound of Music? What the fuck?
The Sound of John Williams.
Wait, was he... I thought he wasn't on for these films.
No, he was on for these. He might not have been on for the next ones, the sequels.
Sure.
These things have got dump truck asses.
They look really tasty. I would kill one of these and grill it up in a heartbeat.
They look like the kind of herbivores that you get in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, you got the spot on there.
They just like roam around in like packs without any natural predators, except for the fact that it's Monster Hunter and everything else in the game is a natural predator.
Oh yeah. I will say, like, boy, as someone who's worked in fields, boy, are they lucky they didn't just roll straight into a big old pile of shit.
Yeah, shit and getting ticks.
Ticks are a bit of a rarity in the UK.
Yeah, but they were filming it in America most likely, so... Seeing as the fact that it was sunny, it's not very often sunny over here. Oh, it's the big smelly fart guy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah! Yeah!
Look at me like God. I've done a big smelly fart. And you're trying to not accuse me of it.
It's a good piece of acting advice from Ewan.
Yeah.
Apparently, Tamura Morrison really took this little fella under his wing during the filming of this.
Aw.
I can't tell you how much I marked out in Mandalorian when fucking Boba said that line.
Yeah. Oh, you can literally see his armor behind him.
Yeah. Like, as soon as, if I remember it correctly, as soon as Obi-Wan leaves the room, Django just goes, "Pack your bags, we're leaving."
Yeah, so reading back the subtitles, et rude, yeah, the door, spelled backwards.
It's really annoying that that's the only time we hear that name.
I think Palpatine calls him Darth Tyrannus at the end.
Don't think he does, but we'll find out, won't we? I've always also pronounced it Tyrannus.
Yeah.
But it's the coolest fucking Sith name, but they insist on calling him Count Dooku.
Yeah. Darth Tyrannus, yeah.
He has got good fuck you eyes, hasn't he?
He does. I'm going to grow up to be a child soldier.
What do you mean, grow up?
He doesn't grow up. He's a child soldier before he even grows up.
Oh God, this is so boring. Fuck off, George.
Negotiations with a lightsaber. Now, there are some, like, cute, fun lines like that, but, like, now they've got to spend a bunch of time fucking around with an apple.
It's a pear.
Pear. Yeah, a space pear. He stole her space pear. Okay, so he does give it back to her.
He's going to give something else to her in a minute.
Tee-hee.
I keep making these jokes, but like I can't believe these two characters like fuck in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. This is what I was talking about.
This is what got you off. Boy, my God, were you a sad child. Okay, I will admit, like her tits are pushed up quite a bit more than normal.
Yeah. It's this and when she's got her midriff bare when she gets slashed.
I do
but
vaguely
not slashed too badly.
I do vaguely remember that costume because I do remember it being hot, but I think it was more hot because she was doing action things rather than the actual outfit.
Yeah, true. Plus, they've got like 2 versions of that costume in Lego, like one
with
normal
the claws
and one slashed.
Yeah. yeah. I'll
can't breathe.
Yeah. I'll just say it. Like, there's no reason for the amount of costume changes they put Padme through.
Yeah, it's just showing that she's rich.
Either that or more time is meant to be progressing with these two.
Yeah.
Than we think. But when they
that's the end.
But they keep splicing it between this and Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan has clearly not been in Camino for more than a half a day.
Yeah, I think they're. I think it's like rough strokes where, yes, this amount of time is passing, but it's mostly because Obi-Wan took more time than it showed getting from A to B. Like, Obi-Wan probably hasn't even gotten to Camino yet.
I don't know. It could have been clearer, but I understand it's cinema, and they probably couldn't have done better than they did. I still maintain that this original sequel would have done better as a TV show.
Yeah.
Because they just try and cram so much into fucking 3 movies. Case in point, this movie's 2.5 hours long. Doesn't need to be.
Yeah. So she's asking him to give up his future, but all she has to do is get him to leave, and then she just adopts him as her personal guard.
Yeah, in English we call that a fuckboy.
Like, he's already said he doesn't want to be on top of the dictatorship, so he doesn't actually want power at this point.
Yeah, it only takes a movie for that to change.
Oh, yeah. He gets drunk on the dark side. Couldn't keep even if he wanted to. Like, everybody knows. Obi-Wan knows. Ahsoka knows. The clones know.
Yeah, it's one of those weird ones, though, isn't it? Because, like, the marriage thing isn't... It's not against the rules.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think the marriage is more against the rules than just, like, going off and get your jollies.
Which is weird. Like, bear in mind, Ki-Adi-Mundi is meant to be a special case. He's got a harem of, like, 72 space bitches.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, the deep lore on Mundi is that he's from a race which has very few men. So he's got special permission from the council to leave once a year back to his homeworld, specifically to fuck a bunch of chicks.
Yep. He didn't think to go into his ship and do it from inside the ship.
I think the angle's weirder there.
Yeah, I suppose it would just be up his nose.
Well, because he's being recorded from R4, and R4 is kind of on a side thing on that particular ship, so it wouldn't really work.
Okay.
You come here and stand in the pissing rain while trying to record a message, Yoda.
Yeah, we'll see if you're. We'll see if your puppet stands up to the rain.
Not even a puppet no more.
Yeah. They can't animate rain on a Yoda. A clone army. Where's he gonna put him?
Yeah.
And like, what? He's gonna hijack his ship.
He doesn't even know he has a ship at this point.
Hmm. Well, to be honest, they do know that there is at least one more Sith, because they only killed Maul.
Yep.
Or nearly killed Maul.
But at this point, during writing, Maul is dead.
Oh, yeah. At this point, Maul very definitely is dead.
But obviously they changed their mind on that.
Yep.
That's a pretty big important detail that Darth Maul is dead, because that's the whole reason why Obi-Wan got a promotion so quick.
Yeah. Yeah, only Jedi Masters kill Sith Lords, so there we go. You can be a knight first of all. I took your panties and sniffed them until I calmed down.
I was thinking something similar, but I didn't want to say it because I'm like, we've made a lot of jokes at fucking Padme's expense at this point, and it feels like bullying.
No, they're jokes at Anakin's expense. Padme's just a bystander to Anakin being gross.
It keeps getting shot at.
Yeah, she's catching strays.
They're not even strays, because my jokes are very much aimed at her.
Oh, sure, fair enough.
Poor Natalie Portman, she's a better actor than this.
She is. Even Hayden Christensen's better than this.
Yeah, I know, but I've sung his praises to death, so...
Yeah. Yeah, they both have to be wooden in this.
Look at Padmé, she's got cold, dead eyes. Yeah, you do. Hey, look, it's a ship we're not allowed to call the name of.
Oh, yes.
Good
it
old
does look like
it.
It does look like that closes, though, doesn't it, from where we see it right now?
Oh, yeah. This is arguably one of the better... I think it's one of the only good blaster versus lightsaber live-action conflicts.
Yeah, because, like, what else can you think of? Like, when it's Luke versus the speeder bike, where he just, like, deflects a couple and then cuts the front off it. That's over pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's not a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he did that.
Yeah, Jedi dropkick.
Well, they're meant to be warrior monks. It makes perfectly sense that they've got some martial capabilities. It's just not something that really comes up, because why would you not use your laser sword?
Guess he dropped it. And now he dropped it again.
Well, technically,
it's still the same. It's still the same saber from episode 1 as well. I just saw the little hilt pommel on it.
Ah. I just imagine Jango Fett thinking, do you know how annoying it is to get new Mandalorian equipment?
Yeah. Oh, because he's not even part of a convent or anything, is he?
Well, this is before that shit really exists.
Yeah.
Because Mandalore isn't completely trashed yet.
Yeah. And as far as we know, only Boba and Jango have that armor style at this point. It's not until later that it gets codified as, oh yeah, everyone uses that armor style, everyone looks like that.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. It's more the helmet, because like the actual armor itself, the Mandalorian in KOTOR, the armor he starts with looks a bit like that. The chest piece specifically.
Yeah, the helmet is like that little bit different.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about the helmet. I'm literally just talking about the chest armor.
Yeah. You can even get Cassisfet's armor.
I've not played KOTOR, so I don't actually know who that is.
Oh, it's a character that doesn't even appear, but one of the the whole BioWare thing of where you can buy ultimate equipment for massive amounts of money from merchants.
Oh yeah,
The heavy armor version of that is Cassisfet's heavy armor.
Gotcha.
So the character doesn't appear. The character is probably long dead, but is basically just red Mandalorian armor.
Well, he'd have to be long dead if his armor's at a merchant.
Yeah, a merchant on Dantooine, no less.
Okay, that ship looks bad.
It does a bit, yeah.
But someone just made a paper airplane.
Oh yeah, of the three, that one looks the worst. I think the one from the beginning of this looks the best, but I appreciate you do prefer the one from episode 1.
And that's if we're not taking fighters into account, because I really like the Naboo starfighters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to see a racial stereotype in about 5 seconds. I know.
Oh, there's little things in the background, yeah. Doing little chase-ins.
Oh, it is a bit Yamaka-ish, isn't it?
It is. Look at it.
So he's fallen on hard times then, because he didn't have a shop that was just a market stall before.
Yeah, he don't have a shop at all anymore, it seems. He's had to sell Shmi.
Oh, dude, he's even got the fucking ragged fucking facial hair you see on those awful cartoons.
Yeah.
There's a certain point where you're like, how much of an accident was this?
He's got flies around him and everything. Oh, they really hated him.
I gave her one good porking before I sold her.
Mmm. It's weird that he's got nostrils at the top of his big long trunk nose.
Yeah.
I don't remember noticing that in the previous episode. So has he got 4 nostrils then?
Who fucking knows?
Nose.
Wasn't on purpose. Is that a nostril or is that just a scab?
Well, the ones at the top keep opening and closing as he's talking, so I'm assuming that he's breathing through it.
Maybe.
So it's either a nostril or like a sprunging organ from Futurama.
These are not good words.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like those race of scammers who make the fleet of Death Stars out of gold.
Oh, yeah, no, I get you. I will say, I absolutely adore the detail that they use for the Jedi Starfighters, because they're Starfighters, they're not meant for interplanetary travel.
Yeah.
So they've got that big stupid fucking ring.
Yeah, the ring is what does the hyperspace.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's where they get the idea to do the same thing for the Ahsoka show.
Uh-huh.
Like, a Star Destroyer. Yeah! I love these overdrive bombs.
Yeah, they're good. It's a good fucking weapon in your arsenal if you're a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Also, like, boy, are they lucky they're not dealing with Anakin in the ship.
Yeah. Anakin would just remotely detonate them. That's an expanded universe thing, actually, where they note how difficult it is to just, like, use the Force to grab hold of a missile or bomb and redirect it. And by pointing it out, they then make it even more awesome when their super special guy for that book does it.
Oh, yeah. It's Chekhov's gun at that point, isn't it? Well, they mentioned this was difficult, so it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I pulled a little sneaky on you. Well, because you're shit at it.
Shit, I'm losing. I'm the video game Jedi. I'm the one who wins.
I'm the video game boy. There's a lot of recent Game Grumps stuff that I'm not a fan of the Danganronpa shit at all, but boy, I'm the video game boy is still the funniest joke.
Yeah.
That and when Danny read out the Bigfoot story.
Yep. Oh, hey, Big Sam.
Big Sam?
Oh, it's when they played a Gundam game, and Dan just kept picking Big Zam, which is a supermassive Gundam.
Oh, so therefore, bullshit.
Yeah, it's one of the boss characters, and Aaron points out, do you know what his main attack is? Walking.
Yeah.
And when they both play as Big Zam, there is no other space on the screen.
Damn. I will say, it's pretty good technique that Obi-Wan uses here.
You can equip that in the Starfighter games. They call that the chaff countermeasure.
Yeah. Well, it's just the same as shooting off fucking heat flares in a proper pilot airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a choice. You got chaff and flare. The chaff gives you more invulnerability time. The flare homes in on the little bomb.
Yeah. You think you should know, damn it! Oh, Rick, we're halfway done.
What? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, he's going down here to check out, I guess. Oh, hey, I wonder what these little mini Death Stars are.
They're not Death Stars.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're little hive ships.
The Aegean Oceans are so weird as a creature.
They are, because there's like multiple different stages of them that are meant to be the same race.
Well, I was going to say, because the amount of them they just kill without a second thought, it's almost as if they're not sentient enough to even have a role in the galaxy as a whole. And then you look at their leader and they're like, oh no, they're intelligent enough to create entire droid armies. What the fuck?
Yeah, like they're the ones that made them, yeah. Yeah, the, not the Kaminoans, the, Newt Gunray and that lot, they just kind of bought them from the Geonosians. Yeah,
I don't know what race they are because they're from the Trade Federation, which kind
Nimwardians.
of Oh, okay, cool. The super racist guys.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently they're tangentially related to the Duros, which Cad Bane is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because, he does call him the Maker.
I do like the detail of this older, air quotes, of C-3PO, where because he was made by Kid Anakin, he can't even move his fucking arms, he's got those little fucking struts.
Well, even the struts were part of his design later on as well.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they get rid of them for free.
I don't think so. They just give him like a better set of outer casing that's more shiny. And in episode 3, that's the only time you get a fully golden 3PO, because every other time after that is either he's beat to shit, like in this one, because they've bought shitty parts, or he's had the one silver leg.
Okay.
Or in the sequels, the red arm.
But only for one movie.
Yeah. You probably don't recognize me because of the red arm.
It would have been cooler if they didn't fucking draw attention to it.
It was actually a pretty funny joke, though. You got to take what you can get in the fucking sequels.
Are we going to do those?
Well, we've got 2 years.
Because I don't want to. That's my point.
Yeah. We got 2 years. We could do something else instead. We should just do the fucking Clone Wars movie.
Could do Andor, not Andor, Rogue One. I'm just gonna call it Andor now because the series is so good.
Yeah.
Rogue One, Solo. I'd rather watch Solo than the sequel trilogy.
Oof.
I don't think Solo was a bad movie. I just think they made some dumb decisions in it.
Yeah, and because it didn't make billions, they just abandoned the side stories as movies.
You mean the sequel plot hook of, oh, by the way, here's Darth Maul.
Yeah. They just turned that into like, oh yeah, shit. I guess we'll just do that in series instead now.
I don't think Darth Maul shows up in a live action series.
No, I don't think he does.
You know what, it's quite a warm day, and looking at a desert isn't helping.
No. Aww, cuddles.
Do you not think Shmi's fate is unnecessarily dark? Because I do.
Oh, it is. It's awful. Like, yeah, because the Tusken Raiders are implied to have, like...
assaulted her.
Yeah, lots. For no benefit, because they're not even human.
Yeah, like, this is as far as I'm aware, this is the only time they've done that. And it's literally just because they need to give Anakin a justification that any old fucker could be like, yeah, I could get why he destroys an entire village over that. But, like, she doesn't... that doesn't need to happen. Just her dying would have been enough.
Yeah. Like, when she's like, oh man, killing younglings, and it's as if he's not been literally doing that to the Tusken Raiders.
To be fair, she doesn't quite know that. Oh no, she does.
Yeah.
He says, I killed the women and the children. Never mind.
Yeah, they're like animals. I slaughter them like animals, not just the men, but the women and the children.
It's fine, they're not people.
Despite the fact that they're called the Sand People.
Shh. Don't worry about it. In video games, they treat them like animals as well, apart from that one time in KOTOR.
Oh yeah, like the reason you get HK-47 is because he
gets
knows...
he gets really pissed at you if you say you want to listen to the history as well.
Yeah, he's the only one... Well, you need a translator droid for Tusken languages, and HK-47 is fluent in over 600 forms of communication, which is less than 6 million.
But also, it was a long time ago and in a galaxy even further away.
Yeah, but still on Tatooine for some reason.
Okay, this shit, though, can fuck off. I hate it.
Yeah. Just like assembling the bowling pin mechs.
Okay, fun fact, this is the first time that I have conscious memory of being like, you can have one guy be two guys?
Yeah, because he was Saruman at the same time, wasn't he?
Yeah, literally the year before. I love how that guy's just alien.
Yeah. It's Wat Tambor, isn't he? He's like talking, and then his vocoder just fucks up, and he just like gives it a slap and tunes it in, and then continues his sentence.
Oh, they're being coy with the characters because Count Dooku, who is clearly Count Dooku speaking, is listed as Man 1.
Yes. Look how smug the banking clan guy looks.
Yeah, he's got all the money in this room.
Yeah. Yeah, the droids that they also built.
Yeah.
If only Dooku looked up at that moment.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dooku's pretty attuned to the Force, unless Obi-Wan was trying really hard to hide himself.
Yeah, he probably knows. Like, it would also be kind of in character to just say that exact line while looking directly at Obi-Wan, but no one around the tables knows that he's looking at someone.
But it's also like they don't address it in the films, and it feels like a plot point they've just abandoned at this point. But originally, Count Dooku's plan wasn't actually to be this evil.
Oh yes. Yeah, he was meant to be like a grey Sith Lord. And then they made the wooden puppet for the Clone Wars look really, really angry all the time.
Oh, yeah. So I'm fundamentally against this scene in general.
Ugh. Oh, it's giving me the shivers.
It's not... It's so unnecessarily over the top.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I'm sure some people were like, no, it needs to be this bad. But it didn't.
Yeah, they could have put her along with a bunch of other captured slaves, and she's the only one that's dying right now.
Or he could have just gotten to Tatooine slightly too late, and they're putting Shmi, doing Shmi's burial. And then he's like, I'm going to kill these motherfuckers. Because that's still in character for Anakin. That is enough.
Yeah, they're Tusken Raiders, not Tusken abductors. Like, they could have just killed her on a looting run.
Or when else have they taken prisoners? It's not something they do.
Yeah. Like, they try to kill Luke.
Yeah. And they tried to kill Anakin while he was pod racing, just for shits and grins.
Yeah. Just because someone's racing on their territory.
It's how they be. They're dickheads, but they're not.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I don't know why she'd be tied up in that fashion unless it was implied that they were doing some serious nefarious shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's problematic.
I just think it's gross and over the top. Thanks, John Williams. Now, I've got a question for you, Rick. Do you think, like, the second or third person... Oh, right, yeah. We watched this during COVID together, you, me, and two other people. And I remember seeing Qui-Gon Jinn's ghost voice written in the captions and being like, oh, shit, I didn't realise that's what that was meant to be.
Yeah. This is one of those where you kind of just have to... you get some benefit out of watching with the subtitles sometimes.
I watch with subtitles by default nowadays, but yeah. Skywalker, bastard. You can only feel that now, can you, dickhead?
Yeah. Like, literally, he brought up that he had much fear in him. And that fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate. Hate leads to Twinkies, and then Twinkies lead to suffering.
That little speech is in at the end of FF9, and to this day I don't know why.
Yeah. Isn't that from Necron as well?
I don't know if it's meant to be Necron saying it, but like it's the speech that happens as just before Necrons get summoned, so it could be Necron saying it.
Could be Necron, could be Garland turning into Necron.
No, it's not going to be Garland, because he's well dead at that point.
Yeah, fair enough. You stupid shit, Anakin.
Oh, cool, I just got a text from my mum, and she told me that the fucking result of the mechanic is there was a 3-inch nail in the tyre.
Oh boy. Oh, hey, space jabos.
That sounded vaguely racist.
Doobie is a jaboa. They're like, well, I guess they're actually Womprats, aren't they? It looks like R2's ignoring him, but I think R2's actually trying to tune into it.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to know how many Tuscans I had to kill to get this many cloaks. To wrap her up. Oh, shit.
The answer's 3, but I killed 50.
I was wondering if any of them dropped any epic loot. They didn't.
Weren't about that. Sometimes it's just about unbridled hate. If the word hate was inscribed on every nano-angstrom of my wires...
I was grinding for EXP. Grinding their bones to dust.
But I can't bring back the dead.
You can feel little Anakin in the simplicity of that statement.
It would help a lot more if the rest of his dialogue wasn't also simple.
This is a very frustrating scene.
It is. Because both of these actors are better than this.
Yeah.
But George is like, no, turn it down.
He's not even heard about that yet.
This is the leaping logic that never made sense, though.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's jealous and holding him back, despite the fact that he's literally, helping him every step of the way. Yes, he's telling him to cool his jets, but he's also handing him back his lightsaber that he dropped.
And he's also letting you go on this solo mission, which you also fucked up.
Yeah. Here we go.
Padme's so fucking wet right now. See, it's the really weird one, isn't it? Where, the women clearly knew what was going on anyway. The children's a bit more of a murky line, because, how much does a child know?
But by the same token, if you leave the children alive, that's not really sparing them, because they're probably just going to die soon anyway, without parents to help them survive in this desert.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, technically speaking, the children are innocent in this one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it really depends what film you're watching, depends on how sophisticated Tuscans are.
Yeah.
Because you had to be, because you were a slave.
Well, apparently he freed her before he married her.
Yeah, and?
Yeah, I know, right?
Right, fucking where else was she gonna go?
Yeah.
Alright. I know some people want to paint it as look, ultimately it was a good thing, and it's it's still fucking sketch, bruh.
Yeah, there's still a power imbalance even when she's been freed. No one else is going to die on my watch.
Man, something I didn't bring up during the news, but I'm kind of bored, so I'm just going to bring it up now. Have you seen Klarna's in a ton of shit?
Klarna? No, I've not seen that. What's happening with them?
Well, you know how they're giving out loans for people to buy burgers?
Oh, is it a bird? Oh, okay. So I know my phone is technically through Klarna.
Yeah, okay, so that's not the problem. The problem is that they're giving out a lot of these micro loans for people to buy just like lunch, and people just aren't paying them back because what are they gonna do?
Yeah, take the dinner back. Yeah.
It's like it's a really short-sighted plan on their part.
Yeah, I'm microfinancing a pizza over 3 weeks.
You know, that's free. That's some money that we just made, but at the same time, what are you gonna do if they don't pay you back?
Yep.
Fuck all. We're gonna affect your credit rating. Chances are, if they're using Klarna, they haven't got a good one anyway.
Oh no, it's a droider car.
I love how Anakin probably watches that and goes, "Oh, I fucked up."
You have fucked it, young Skywalker.
And the thing is, Anakin fucks up 2 times.
Yeah, because he ignores this. Actually, I think it's Padme that fucks up on this.
Okay, it's Anakin's job to tell her no.
It is her ship, though.
And who do you think's winning in a physical confrontation between these two?
Yeah. He's your brother. Obi-Wan would have been more strict with the son than he is with Anakin.
Oh yeah. Like shit, the only reason Obi-Wan even accepts Anakin is because it was Qui-Gon's dying wish. Obi-Wan was very much against anything to do with Anakin in the first place.
Yeah.
Do you ever say a sentence and it goes on for far too long, and you forget to breathe?
Yep. I've done that a couple of times. Oh, it's the one that gets really fat.
Yeah, the dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently those guys' name, their species name is Gran.
Okay. It's still so weird seeing this dude as Bail Organa because every other thing I've seen him in, he's a hardcore gangbanger. Like, he's good as Bail Organa, don't get me wrong, but like all I'm seeing is the dude from Sons of Anarchy.
She'd know what to do. Everyone looks at Jar Jar.
Well, the funny thing is Amidala's very firmly against the creation of a Republic Army. She's been quite vocal on that front.
Yeah. No, actually.
I did tell you I didn't think Obi-Wan's ship got blown up.
Not yet.
Could he not technically ask the same thing?
Yeah, but he's not a Jedi Knight anymore. Yeah, so we now get the little sandwich that Dooku was trained by Yoda and Qui-Gon was trained by Dooku, instead of Qui-Gon being trained directly by Yoda, which also was a sandwich of Obi-Wan not being trained directly by Yoda.
But it's one of those where we've seen Yoda teaching all the younglings, so technically everyone can say they were trained by Yoda.
Yeah, I guess.
You can't handle the truth!
Why is he walking the other way to the way that Obi-Wan is orbiting?
Specifically to annoy Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
All right, 10 years ago it was Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, that would actually maybe have worked.
Oh god, I'm bored. Ah, fuck, 50 minutes!
Dello Feligates.
Oh, you're right, it is this movie.
Ah, look at that shitty ingredient. Oh, the Quarrens, yeah. Oh, the bum faces.
If you look really
Pterodactyls.
carefully, you might be able to see the ETs.
Yeah.
Hang on. They still need to vote on it, you dickhead. Innit? Sounds really Sidiousy during that line, doesn't he?
It does, yeah. Yeah, so he's closed off the stable time loop, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Again, they're like, there's so few Jedi, and we see in this next couple of scenes how many Jedi there are. Because Mace Windu goes, I'll take a handful of Jedi, and there's like 100 of them.
Yeah, yeah. A handful being 100 is actually still quite a reasonable number.
Do love Star Wars' theme.
Yeah. Someone's having a shower underground.
Da 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 da.
It might be cold outside, so I'm putting on a cardi.
I fucking love that. Let's try a diplomatic route as we sneak around the fucking foreign planet. Yeah, diplomacy has failed once you're doing spy shit.
I don't know why 3PO goes with him, though.
Because he doesn't want to be on his own on the ship.
Yeah.
There's a great little interview doing the rounds of what's his name? Anthony Daniels?
Yeah, Anthony Daniels, yeah.
I almost said Christopher Daniels. We almost did the same joke we did like fucking ages ago.
Hey, better than Paul Daniels.
Yeah. Where he's going around and he's saying he's walking along this desert and it's really hot and he goes, oh, just here, R2, blah, 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 dee blah. And then just off camera, you've got George Lucas squat walking behind him and he just goes, beep, 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 beep. Now, who's the real idiot?
He's chasing him just to swear at him more.
Oh, rest in peace, Kenny Baker.
Yeah. R2, stop advancing. I want to berate you further.
Have you seen those fucking pictures of Kenny Baker in the R2 suit in the fucking desert, looking like he's dying from oversweating?
Oh, yeah. It's rather uncomfortable.
And, like, there's fucking countless stories of, like, days where, like, multiple takes where everyone would break for lunch, but Kenny Baker's left in the fucking suit because people forgot about him.
Oof.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Okay, look at this video game level.
This scene can fuck off, because do you know how they filmed this?
It was all on green screen, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing here. They just filmed Natalie Portman doing whatever she felt like on a treadmill. and it looks shit.
Yeah. But yeah, it's literally just a video game level.
Like, kudos to Natalie Portman. She does a really good job here, because everything she's doing here is just her making shit up, and they CG around it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which, as an actor, very impressive, but boy, does it make my heart weep as, like, why? You don't need this scene.
Yeah. And this is like one of the... Basically, it's the only time that Natalie Portman gets to be cool.
No, well, yeah.
In Star Wars.
Yeah, you're totally right, because the only other time she's cool is, like, in the prison scene at the end where she's climbing up the tower and fucking that cat up.
Yeah, and that's still in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
What, you think all robots are handcrafted like you were?
So, considering he's never met another robot before, yes, probably.
Now that CGI don't look good.
Nope. This movie has aged poorly. Visually.
Oh, yeah,
By the way, did you know
go.
R2 could do this? Because no one else did.
Yeah, no one else. This is the first time that he does it. And then because of that, it becomes a normal ability in LEGO Star Wars.
Yeah, it does. It's one of the better ones.
Yeah. You see that thing over there? Well, R2 can get there.
I do like the difference in styles where you got Padmé fucking dodging and diving and almost dying constantly, and you cut to Anakin who's just destroying everything.
Yeah.
It does give us a great scene later on with Kit Fisto's smile.
It does.
Yeah, those guns are interesting because I know in the Lego games they shoot like yellow, green slime balls, and it's nothing like what they shoot in the fucking in the movie.
Yeah, it's a bit like... It's a little bit like the Sonic charge that Django uses.
I get you. Oh, look, foreshadowing.
Yeah. Will he cut off his arm to be able to escape? Nah, he's fine. Don't worry about it.
But that arm will become metal later on. I say arm, hand.
Actually, I think it is more the arm, because, until it's later on he becomes more machine now than man. Yeah, for Luke it's just the hand, but for Anakin I think it's like the entire lower arm.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see, but I swear it's just a hand. Rick, I have to ask you, what's the point of this scene?
Molten bullshit go.
George Lucas wanted to do some fucky-wucky with some CG. That's all the purpose of this scene is.
Whereas last time that thing opened, immediately shit started falling out of it. Whereas only that time when Padme's gonna get burnt by it, the space anus doesn't have anything left to go yet.
Like, there's artificial fucking danger, and then there's this. Well, there goes that lightsaber.
Yeah, he fucked it up. And that's why he gets the green one, because the blue one's fucked. Make 'em away, toys.
Like, why are they taking prisoners?
I don't know.
Obi-Wan makes sense, because Count Dooku knows Obi-Wan's worth something.
Actually, I think it's because they want to provide some entertainment to their insect soldiers, the Geonosians.
That's a horrible thing to say.
It is a bit.
I love you so much that I die a little bit inside every time I see you. What? What does that mean, bitch?
Context? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we decided that, but funny thing about that.
God, I hate this movie.
Oh, George.
He can't do... Okay, this is a lovely shot. It's an awesome shot. But boy, is it fucking shittily written.
Yeah, and all these bugmen just watching them smooch while they're tied up. And then Obi-Wan's out there like, fine mess you've gotten us into, you little shit.
It's like, what are you doing here, Anakin? Rescuing you. And you can see the inner turmoil of don't say it, don't say it. Good job.
Yep. You dumb shit.
Oh, you stupid motherfucker. Nobody saw that. Why has she got a belt? With accessories to escape with.
It's to keep her space pants up. Then she's not allowed a space bra, so she gets a space belt instead.
Ewan McGregor's so good at being a sassy bitch.
Yeah. This is when Ewan McGregor actually comes into his own as Obi-Wan, because in the first film he's incredibly wooden because he has to be. In this one he's got more freedom as a character, so it's when he actually starts to come alive.
Yeah.
This is a cool creature, though.
Like, all of these aliens have got fucking really cool names, but I know the thing with the knife arms is called an Acklay.
Yeah.
Because it's a roving hazard in one of the maps in Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
I love how this guy just gets fucked up.
I think that's called something like a Porgorogo, isn't it? Oh no, that's the frog.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I just know that they've all got cool names.
Yeah, I think Porgorogo is the frog in Jedi Survivor.
Maybe. I think the big rhino-looking thing's called a Brontox. Wait, is that called an Acklay, or am I getting confused with a Final Fantasy creature?
Could be. If I Google Acklay, let's see what comes up. Yeah, it's on Wikipedia, and it's that thing. Yes, there we go.
Oh, cool.
I still love how the Star Wars wiki is Wikipedia.
It's great. And they treat everything, every single piece of Star Wars information ever, they treat as seriously as they can.
Yeah, although they do say that there's a delineation between modern and legends.
Canon. Like, considering she isn't a Jedi, she does give it a good fucking go.
Yeah, she's given it a good college try. Now she's gotten slashed, so now she gets the good old midriff. Pretty sure you can make one of those out of, spare Tyranid parts.
I mean, yeah. How did that do more damage than her whipping it with a chain?
Because it's her entire body weight doing it that way.
Yeah, but metal's harder than bone.
Yeah. Whoop. Acklay becoming the MVP of the fight because it knocks that over.
Yeah, so Newt Gunray was getting a real stiffy at the thought of Padme dying. See, Ahsoka, you're not special. Everyone can do this.
Yeah, force calm.
So unnecessary. Speaking of Star Wars animals I'd like to eat.
What, you want to eat one of those?
No, I want to eat out Padme.
Tee.
No, sorry, I would eat one of those. They look like they make some good steaks.
Yeah, I guess they'd be like a, like how crocodile steaks are, like, actually rather meaty. Yeah, I think it'd be like that.
Get fucked, idiot.
Whee!
Oh, she is very boobily in this scene, isn't she?
Yeah.
You should have gone for the head.
Snap.
Like, Django had a look on his face as if to say, it seems a bit unsporting.
Yeah, they're going to send the droidicars in to do it instead. Which is going to be a lot less of a spectacle than an actual bounty hunter going down and killing them all with a flamethrower. Oh, he's got his new backpack.
How did Mace Windu manage to do this, by the way?
I don't know. I think he's killed a lot of them on his way in.
Like, sheer power of aura.
Hello.
Man, with the Tales of the Jedi, there's a lot more history here than we initially thought.
Yeah.
Fucking Plo Koon with a blue lightsaber, fuck off.
Yeah, Jedi power battles came before this, so people knew that he had his yellow one. Or his orange one. The orangey yellow one.
I always called it orange, but I wouldn't blame someone for calling it yellow.
The Plo Koon magmatic lightsaber.
By the way, these are super battle droids, because they're super.
Their heads have retreated into their massive necks.
I love the detail that his cape caught a little bit of fire there.
Yeah.
And so his immediate response is, right, getting rid of this.
And not stop dropping and rolling when...
They knew they would need them.
Yeah.
There's a great behind the scenes clip of I believe he's a modeler for Star Wars, and he just says, okay, so the reason why there's so many fucking cameos in these big fight scenes with loads of Jedi is we need a lot of extras for really cheap, and what's the cheapest extra available? The director.
Yeah. Yeah, the people who are already working on it.
Yeah. So if you work on Star Wars, there's a non-0% chance you will just get to be a Jedi.
Yeah.
The colour was a little bit off on that green. It looked a bit yellow when it was moving.
Yeah. I also found it really weird how robotic Anakin's posture was in that scene. And that he'd kind of returned to like his neutral stance.
I wonder why. I do like the interview though of Samuel L. Jackson being like the first person with a purple lightsaber after convincing George. Also, if you look at the lightsaber hilt, it's got bad MF written on it.
Yeah, BMF, yeah. Thank you, Django. I didn't want to have to do it myself.
What a fucking punk-ass bitch that you got beaten by a regular blaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's actually the only time we actually get to see his lightsaber in full. Because most of the other time he's holding it.
Yeah. Cool, that armor's a lifesaver, isn't it? Okay, immediately disabled the jetpack. Might as well not giving him it.
Yeah, all he's done is get down to this area with it.
Just in case you didn't know, Jango Fett's really good with his gun. See, why didn't he switch to the fucking saber there? The flamer there, innit?
Yeah.
Very interesting, by the way, if you look at the shadows during that decapitation.
Yeah, the head comes out.
Yeah.
So when Boba comes and picks up the helmet, he's just picking up the helmet. The head is somewhere else.
Yeah. Why'd they zoom in on her? This is the moment.
There we go.
Now this is the bit.
Thank you, Space Knuckles.
It's so good. But it's also like, it's a really cool moment of showing you just how aware Kit Fisto is.
Yeah, because it's very obvious that the one that's different, there's something different about it. So just push it over, it's fine.
How is that thing still alive, innit? Like, Obi-Wan was doing a pretty good job against this thing before he had his lightsaber. Why was he suddenly scared now he's got one?
Yep, it's like 1 leg, 2 leg head. I pull the heads off people who are punk-ass little bitches. Ha ha. No.
There was just no need for any of that shit. I get it, it's for kids.
At least he's putting it on the right way.
Oh yeah, he did. I could have sworn they did a joke where it was on backwards.
No, that was Chewie.
Right, yeah. To be fair, Chewbacca isn't quite as dexterous as R2.
Chewbacca's way more dexterous than R2.
Well, he's got big fingers.
It's just that he was working on 3PO in under duress.
In a workshop that wasn't his.
Yeah. Good old Shak T in the background.
Plo Koon and Ki-Adi got fucking disarmed. Fuck off, did they?
Mm. This is the perfect place. Oh yeah, it's Ayla Secura in the background as well.
Yeah.
It's a good place for Plo Koon to bust out his red force lightning.
Yeah, the thing that he swears he'll never do again because the Jedi Order got scared of it.
But it's against droids, so it's not. It's okay.
Yeah, the Republic dropships are fucking cool looking.
Yeah. I really like the Republic class Star Destroyers where they've got that big old hangar in the middle that they can just open the entire thing and launch up and down at the same time.
In Star Wars Battlefront 2, if you dropped this somewhere on a map, it became a new spawn point.
Yeah.
So what you could do is, if you wanted to destroy an enemy starship from inside, you could drop a gunship inside and then start dismantling it from the inside. It was really cool. However, usually the AI was smart enough to blow it the fuck up as soon as possible.
Yeah. Like, get into the... you park it in the hangar, so they get in their own fighters. Turn the fighters round, don't even exit the ship and use the fighters to blow it up.
No, literally just throw thermal detonators at it.
He's holding a thermal detonator!
Like, the droids had a similar vehicle that had the same mechanics, but I can't remember what the fuck it looked like.
I think it's was it the LAAT, the thing that they deploy the droids from?
No, because that can't fly.
They can hover.
But
I guess they just made a flying version of the same thing.
It was only in space battles, Rick.
Sure.
Got it, kill Dooku. Why the fuck did they send Anakin and Obi-Wan to kill Dooku and not fucking Mace?
Yeah. I think it was less to kill Dooku and more to rescue the Chancellor.
No, I meant in this movie.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Because they just said can't let Dooku escape. Man, I'm mocking my brother for liking fucking Jackster Dexter, but, I've got an unreasonable like of Plo Koon.
And apparently, I've got the same thing for Shakti, because I keep noticing her.
She's got a very distinct design, to be fair, when her hood's not up.
Yeah, if it weren't for Ahsoka, she'd be the only Togruta. And I actually have an action figure of her.
Did you hot glue her?
No. I don't do that.
Notice how offended Rick looks.
I don't put my action figures in jars and hot glue them.
That's not a requirement.
No, but it does tell you how much you've done of it. Oh, boy,
Gross.
no.
Snuffy, get out the jar! I will say the shade of green they're using on a lot of these lightsabers looks very yellow in the wide shots.
It might be because the area is red. So it's just like the chroma balancing is a bit off.
It's very possible. It's only in the long shots. Close up, they look green.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think these orb ships can actually become the cause of the Trade Federation motherships as well.
Possibly. Don't worry, folks. Tamura Morrison has still got a job next movie.
Ah, yes, the walkers. And the hamster wheels of death.
These things were a menace in Battlefront.
Yeah. They got the aquatic versions of them as well on Kashyyyk, haven't they?
Yes, but they're a lot bigger and they slowly crawl across the river.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how fucking big of a win it would have been if they'd have just crushed this rebellion before it even started?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not a rebellion, it's a separatist movement, but same difference, really.
Yeah, just concentrate all firepower on what they believe to be their
and
seat
that was
of
the
power.
Death Star just there.
Yep. And in case you missed it, he turns it back on again so you get to see it again.
Wait, does he?
Yeah, he does it right now. There we go.
Oh, okay.
In case you missed the Death Star, yeah. Yeah, Rogue One shits all over that. It makes it so that Galen Erso is the one that designs the Death Star.
Yeah, it's...
And he drags his feet, pissing and shitting the entire time, which makes him an absolute G, to be honest.
Yeah, no, this bit, it didn't need to be here. But, the benefit of hindsight, really. Because George didn't know there was going to be more after 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. I actually really like these little escort ships.
I get it. See, he can speak normally.
He did it a lot slower, as if he had to concentrate rather hard on it, though.
That's fair. He does have to take a bunch of ketamine for the finale, so maybe he's saving his energy.
Yeah. Well, he's already taken his cat. He's waiting for it to kick in.
I saw a bad advice animal today. The ones that purposely give you bad information, and it just said, remember, kids, if you take an edible and it doesn't kick in within 10 to 15 minutes, take 2 or 3 more just to be sure. Don't do that. It's awful advice. You'll feel like the devil is coming out of your kneecaps.
This is the scene that Ahsoka pops up in the flashback when she's dead.
Okay.
Isn't it?
I don't know. It's been a while, man. Okay, so the reason it's these two is because they just happened to see Count Dooku running away.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, they see him doing one.
It did look like he was flipping him off for a second there.
Yeah. You two, go do the thing. Win on my behalf.
Well, he has to know that if they're not shooting at him, then that means they're probably out of rockets.
Yeah.
God damn, she's dangerously close to having a real fucking muscles in her abs.
Yeah. Man, she'd make a good Lara Croft.
Well, maybe then, maybe not so much now.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't seen her recently, maybe she could pull it off, but, Lara Croft is a rather young character, I think you should have a young actor playing her.
Sure. Yeah, she's a little bit older than I am, I believe.
He does look a bit like a green poo.
Yeah, you can see how those little escort ships could be used as like planetary security or something.
Oh, yeah. Why did the clones not just jump off? The ship was useless, and they could have saved themselves.
Because they have to be shown to be stupid.
Technically, he didn't kill any of them.
Yeah, why did they slash the ship to make it more difficult for him to escape?
Well, as you can see, Obi-Wan was coming up with a plan, and Anakin decided, nah, fuck this, I'm ignoring you.
I'm taking him down. So he's now unconscious, waiting to recover.
Anakin didn't know how to do that?
Yeah, so absorbing the lightning with a lightsaber is something that's come up with in Expanded Universe right at the very beginning.
Okay.
It's from the original Expanded Universe trilogy from Timothy Zahn.
Sure. I will say, I'm sure I've said it before, but now I can say it for realsies. Count Dooku has my favourite lightsaber of all time.
Yeah. His fencing foil saber.
Yeah. Obviously didn't learn this till much later, but as you pointed out ages ago, Rick, that it's specifically designed to fight other lightsabers, which means Yoda fucking hates it.
Yeah, designed to fight other lightsabers, which gives him, it gives him that little bit more reach on something that is all edge, which is like a way bigger deal on a lightsaber than it is on a fencing foil.
Well, yeah, because a fencing foil is all about poking.
Yeah. The only thing on the fencing foil that is edge is the tip. That shit-eating grin before he won.
I'm just reminded of it's become a meme now, but it's like from one of the old annuals where it just goes superior look of superiority.
Yeah, signature look of smugness. Hey, dual wheel time. It lasts for about 6 seconds and then it ends.
Yeah, because Dooku isn't fucking around. Like, he knows that it's a problem. Oh, that's so unnecessary. I mean, it served a purpose, but boy, does it seem like he was doing it out of pettiness. Now, if you're a super nerd, you could probably dictate exactly what forms they were both using when they stanced up. Because Dooku is mirroring Anakin here.
Yeah,
almost
just to
like
show his superiority, yeah.
It's a good bit of visual storytelling.
Yeah,
Oh, you're right, it is half the arm.
Yeah, the over-the-head style is one that Anakin likes using,
but he's not good at
pissed off. He's pissed off that he can't use it as Vader because his arms don't go above his chest place.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's only because of the limitations of the original suit.
Yeah, but they also like give it a bit of lore information that it's like cortosis around his chest piece. So like even if he got like slashed there, then it will put the lightsaber out.
Okay.
And that's why it's so heavy and he can't raise his arms above it.
Okay, fair enough then. Obi-Wan, Dooku. Ketamine I have taken. Sorry, ketamine taken I have. I don't understand why Yoda struggles so much.
Because he's taking a big green poo.
No, he is the big green poo.
My nappy I have filled.
There's no way Dooku thought that would actually work. Also, that's against the rules, Yoda. Can't be having a go at Plo Koon and then be fucking using other people. I didn't make it, though, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's not my lightning, it's okay, I can... This time I ate it. I converted it into my own force points. How about both?
Now, this did make a bunch of people fanboy during the day.
Yeah.
I don't think he should move so fast, and I don't think he should be doing so many flips.
No.
Like, his fighting style should be measured, you know what I mean? Because this does just look like some fucking person just went, and then he jumps around and does flip-de-doos. You know?
I do love the gag that when he stops doing it, he gets his cane out again and starts, like, granddading it up.
He can walk perfectly fine. He just does it because he just can't be arsed.
Yeah. Ah, yes, the Superman problem.
Here's the thing, Obi-Wan could move. Anakin, not so much.
Thank you, Yoda. I was tired.
Oh, you're not allowed to be so funny so near the end of this shit movie.
Anakin is using my toes as a pillow.
It's implied that Anakin's dueling style is a lot more ferocious than Obi-Wan's, given that Count Dooku was able to disable Obi-Wan by just giving him a few cuts, whereas Anakin, no, he had to cut the whole arm off.
Yeah.
That's a cool ship. It's a dumb ship, but it's cool.
Yeah, so apparently that's a theory, is that kind of ship could actually work. The solar sail.
I'm not nearly versed enough in science to know whether that's correct or not. So I'm just going to not comment. It's interesting if true.
Yeah,
you're so right, though. Like, both of them are just like, we're severely wounded, dickhead. Could you keep the cane away for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, we saw you do it. You don't have to bullshit us.
Is this Mustafar?
No, this is Coruscant.
It looked a bit too lightning-y to be Coruscant. How the fuck can Count Dooku just show up here?
Well, he's a private citizen.
But he's not, though. He just declared war.
Okay, he declared war, but it's not been brought up in the Senate yet. The fact that the Grand Army went there at that point was kind of jumping the gun.
Nah, man, it's bollocks. Can't be a private citizen when you're literally gathering a fucking, the leader of the only other faction in the world, in the galaxy, that is actively having a war on.
Well, also, Maul had his chat with Sidious on Coruscant as well, so, apparently Sidious's shtick is just, Lord Tyrannus.
Yeah, okay, but the difference is... sorry, I wasn't being snippy at you saying Tyrannus. Fair enough, you got that one on me. But people didn't know Maul existed.
Yeah, true.
Everyone knows Count Dooku exists, especially now.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's one of those... I'm thinking it's Sidious's shtick in that he wants to do things on Coruscant under the Jedi's noses just to lord it over them and taunt them.
Well, if you want to speak taunting, don't forget... the Jedi Council are the height of hubris at this point, because their seat of power is on a major source of the dark side.
Yeah.
Wait, they could just get rid of the chairs.
Apparently.
Where do they keep them? Is there just a storage shed in the next building over? And it's like once a day. It's like, okay, guys, you have to get all the chairs out, set them up.
It's why Mace Windu told Anakin to take a seat because he needs to go to another room to get one.
Begun, the Clone Wars has. I mean, you killed Jango Fett. That's a pretty big win.
It is.
But taking Jango Fett off the playing field, it was a big boon. The downside is that it does mean that they have to come up with a new cool bounty hunter for the show.
Yeah, well, it gave us Cad Bane.
It did, and Cad Bane's very cool. It's just Lee Van Cleef, but an alien.
Man, that sounded a bit like frickin'
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, yeah.
I also heard it, but I was like, I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it.
Wiener, 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 wiener.
I don't think they actually name him in this movie, do they? But that is Bail Organa right there.
It is Bail Organa, yeah.
Obviously very important because he adopts one of Padmame's kids. But only one of them. The other one has to go live on a dirt planet.
Yeah, he's like, we'll take the girl. We always wanted to adopt a baby girl.
The boy can play with pretend spaceships in the fucking dirt.
Yeah, so R2 was witness to the wedding. Creepio was as well, but he got mind wiped multiple times.
Oh yeah.
But hasn't been mind wiped in between like being built and now. It's only after now that he keeps getting mind wiped.
Yeah. I know it's a lot more in the future when Luke gets his fake hand, but it's so weird that fucking Anakin's fake hand is so shit.
Yeah.
Or is that just a temporary while they sort out a proper one?
I think it's a temporary one. The proper one appears to be the full size of a glove rather than just a skeleton.
Well, that's just it.
Padme's going, does that hand have a vibrate function? Sorry.
Hey, you know Kit Fisto? I'm Fit Kisto. And the Kisto's your vagina.
Fitting this in the Kisto.
Story by George Lucas. Hey, George, this one sucked.
Yeah. Execution could have been better.
Putting it
Story could have been
fucking
better.
mildly.
Effects, mostly as good as they probably could have been,
No.
for the most part.
No, it's too much CG.
Yeah.
It's hard to... This film has aged poorly visually because of the amount of CG. And some of it they really didn't need. Oh, you're right, John Williams did do this movie.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, never heard of him.
Now we get to find out if Bail Organa gets named in the credits.
I mean, he probably does, but I can't remember the fucker's name for the life of me.
Yeah, me either.
These are the only 4 people you need to know. Ian McDermott, Pernilla...
Yeah, Ian McDermott. I don't know who she is. Hey, Ahmed Best.
Oliver
Tamara
Ford
Morrison.
Davies, we're just reading the credits now. Anthony Daniels, Silas Carson, Kenny Baker. Yeah, it was only the sequels he passed for, wasn't it?
Yes, with Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Sir Christopher Lee.
He wasn't at this point.
Was he not?
I don't believe so. This was only 2002.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I think he was like, didn't become a Sir until like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and that's a shame. He's got such a nothing role in that film, but he still gives it his all. Oh, we'll be able to see Bell's actor's name.
Gleeglas, Dorme.
C.O. Bibble.
Hermione Bagua.
What, for Bale?
No, I'm just looking at people's names.
No, he's not credited.
He's not credited.
Interesting. Unless he wasn't Bail Organa in this movie and he was just Senator number 3.
Yeah.
And they decided, nah, fuck that, he's Bail Organa now.
Yeah, Jeff the Senator.
Well, it's the trope from fucking Final Fantasy, isn't it? Like, hey, we've got Biggs, Weds, and Jesse.
Yeah. And you're lucky if you get Jesse.
Oh, yes. Yes. Otherwise, you'll be Glob Shitto.
Yep.
That did originate from Star Wars, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's a Star Wars thing.
Yeah. God damn. You got that funny post on Tumblr of a guy who, like a middle-aged man who's picked up Tumblr lingo from his daughter, which means he sometimes said daughter gets conversations like she comes home and goes, "Oh, I got to watch my Glorbo on Peaky Blinders." It's like, what the fuck does that mean? And Glorbo being the main fucking character, and it's like, I don't think you're using Glorbo correctly while also technically using it correctly.
Yeah. 2009, he got his knighthood.
Okay, so yeah, this was well before then, and then he passed away in, I want to say, like 2016.
Yeah, he got a CBE in 2001 and Knight Bachelor in 2009.
Sure. He also fucked a Danish princess.
Yeah, that too.
Right. Look, if you've ever got like an hour you want to kill, just look up the exploits of Christopher Lee. His life is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's almost better than most of the movies he's been in.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, he's the only member of the cast of The Lord of the Rings who knew Tolkien personally.
Yeah. And I also like the detail where he goes, "Oh, you're going to get stabbed from behind, so make the noise that you make when you get stabbed from behind." And he just looks around knowingly and goes, "You don't make a noise when you get stabbed in the back of the lungs."
Yeah, so the way the story actually goes is literally Peter Jackson going, he's directing as he's meant to, and he goes, no, you got to make a noise more like, "Ugh!" And not Samuel L. Jackson, fuck.
Yeah, Christopher Lee. Yeah.
Christopher Lee is just like, no, Peter, darling, you don't make a noise when you're stabbed in the back. And then Peter Jackson was scared for life.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Christopher Lee was literally Special Forces during, I believe it was World War II, if not just after.
Yeah, it was World War II. He was in the Finnish army as well, as a special person.
That's his official rank. You are Special Person Lee.
It was like Finnish Army, Home Guard, Royal Air Force.
Yeah. He was effectively a paratrooper before they were a thing.
Yeah, there was a name for it. I forget the name. It's something like Gentleman of... it was something like Gentleman of Great Mischief or something.
If you say so, dude. Like, paratrooper does the job. Special Forces does the job. You don't need to be fancy. Oh, apparently he filmed a bit in Italy.
Okay. Well, yeah, Naboo is kind of Italian, isn't it?
Italy and Spain.
Yeah, Spatalia.
Thank you, Fondo per l'Ambadante Italiano.
Yes.
And the British Musicians Union. Oh, apparently they used a lot of Japanese engineers because they felt the need to shout them out.
Yeah, the Sony Atsugi Japan engineers. Yeah, Sony had the rights to the soundtrack. Yeah, soundtrack of on Sony Classical. And when you bought the soundtrack, you could not rip it into MP3 because of some DRM that Sony put on the CDs.
That's dumb.
And this pissed me off no end because I had an MP3 player back then.
Wow. Jesus. That's fucking dating it, isn't it, Rick?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain to the audience what we just witnessed?
What, 1-800-PHONE THX?
Yeah, if you had any experience in your theatre that detracted from the movie.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck anymore.
I don't think they gave a fuck back then. I don't think anyone would ever have rung that number except for Karens, in which case they just get put straight onto this call is being monitored for security reasons.
Yeah. Actually, once I did get a free ticket because of a fuck up in the cinema.
Yes, but was that the cinema or was that, THX?
Yeah, it was the cinema. The cinema fucked it up. Their playback of The Scorpion King with The Rock
You didn't
was
miss much
fucky.
then, did you?
Well, yeah, it was fucky. Like about a third of the way through, it fucked up, and like the audio desynced and then stopped. So we all went out and complained. They found where it stopped and restarted it, and we all got a free ticket.
That's fair, but again, that was the cinema, not the fucking movie makers.
Yeah.
But yes, Rick, that's the end of Clone... I almost did it. That was the end of Attack of the Clones. What did you think?
It's
Certainly a movie we watched.
yeah. It's not the worst movie I've watched this month. Actually, no, well, it might be. It's not the worst movie I've watched this year. I watched the Minecraft movie. But it's probably not even going to be the worst movie I'm going to watch, like,
for the podcast
this week. It's probably, like, I think I'm going to go see the Lilo and Stitch movie this week, and according to the internet and newspapers, it's putrid, which bothers me because it actually looked good, but oh well.
That's really funny because all of the fucking pre-release reviews have said, oh my god, Disney have finally nailed the live action stuff. So what you're saying is that was fucking reported by a bunch of shills.
Yeah, so apparently they've nailed the live action of Stitch himself only.
Oh, cool. You mean the bit that's not live action?
Yeah. Because, like, Jumba and Pleakley, they decide, oh, we don't want to pay to fucking, like, animate them. We're just gonna turn them into human disguises, which is just the same actors.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, they even do that in the trailer.
I haven't watched the trailers because I don't want to see this movie, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, half the time you don't even get the choice. Like, if you go to the movies, you get trailers.
What about Gantu? Is he at least a big dumb alien?
Gantu looks good. Like, all of the aliens at the beginning look great. But yeah, they zoom out of focus rather quickly. But yeah, it was mid, as the teens call it, was the movie. How about you? What did you think?
Oh, this is definitely the worst one for me when it comes to the prequels. I don't like the sequels, but I don't think any of them approach this level of terrible.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I didn't really watch the sequels, so I'm just guessing on that one. It's not a good movie. It's really not. It's made retroactively slightly cooler by the fact that the Clone Wars exists, and you get a bit more... I think the more shit they release, the better this movie gets in retrospect, because things make more sense.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, it doesn't age very well on the visual front because it's CG from the early 2000s. It was fucking stellar for the time, and Jar Jar looks wonderful, but
yeah,
it doesn't look good.
Yeah, I think they did the right thing by reducing Jar Jar's presence, let's call it.
Well, he didn't have anything to do in this movie. Like, if they'd have included him, it would have been shoehorned as fuck, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, let's do our usual wind down, shall we? Because we've just reached the 3-hour mark on the recording. It'll be a bit less for you guys listening along because we trim stuff. But let's do a final rundown. Rick, do you have a standout favourite moment?
Good job.
What?
Good job. We came here to rescue you. Yeah, it's good job.
Oh, okay, cool. All I heard was good job. I didn't know you were referencing that line. I thought you'd just gone insane.
Yeah, it is literally just that one line, and like just the sheer sarcasm, and it's the one time that we essentially get to see chemistry between the characters, which it ramps up a lot by the time we get to see them in Revenge of the Sith, at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith at least, and before that they're very wooden. After that it's action. That's the one time that they're almost getting there.
I kind of
yeah. How about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
Fucking Jango Fett's cool. I really like Jango Fett. I'll point to the line of, like, I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the galaxy, because, and it's not even because of the way it was delivered in this film, but it's because it was done in Boba Fett as a callback to this, and it was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
So we can't only talk about the good though, can we? We also have to talk about the bad. Do you have a weakest link?
Romance. You can't do it, George. Just, like, you knew you couldn't do it. You could have just, shown and not told, I guess. Like, show the results.
It's like how he gets away with it in fucking the original trilogy is because they don't show it with Han and Leia.
Yeah, they just skip to the part where they're both in love, and because before that, what they were showing was
Leia fucking hates you.
Yeah, Leia fucking hates you, and when the ship wiggles and she falls on Han, he holds on to her, and she's like, "Let go."
Fucking creepazoid.
So yeah, romance in general from me. How about you? Do you have a weakest link?
You said romance, so I'll just say the excessive CG. I think the biggest offender is the factory scene. It didn't need to be that long. It didn't add anything. And, you know, I'll give Natalie Portman props. Like, she did a really good job of just making shit up. But that's not how it should have been.
Yeah, absolutely. You brought it up when it was happening, and it's entirely true. Like, it has aged poorly, and any amount more of practical effects would have elevated the experience from all angles.
Not even the lack of practical effects. Just like there's scenes in there just for the sake of showing off their CG skills.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't need to be there. Especially not when the last fucking battle scene has a ton of CG, because you're not going to have that many extras doing shit. Let's get to the crowning moment, shall we? Rick, who's your MVP today?
I think it's got to be Obi-Wan.
I'm just going to cut you off right there. I entirely agree.
Yeah.
We're both giving it to Obi-Wan Kenobi / Ewan McGregor today.
Yeah, so the query is between Obi-Wan Kenobi or Ewan McGregor, because he's the one who's grown the most from the character that we saw in the previous film to what he's allowed to be in this, both as a character and as an actor. And it's just all of the things that I liked about this movie, he was basically there for.
Yeah, because Obi-Wan's story in this film's actually good, because the other side of the coin is Anakin's bad fucking flirting.
Yeah, and what's interesting about it is that he's essentially doing what he's doing as a fish out of water. He's not an investigative spy. He's a Jedi Master, or well, I think he's technically still a Jedi Knight at this point. But one who's more of a philosopher.
I think he's a master. He's just not on the council.
Yeah, well, I think he's a knight who is Anakin's master.
Okay, sure.
So Anakin calls him master, and when he calls him master in the third movie, it's not because he is his master, it's because he is a master.
Sure. But yeah, the thing about Obi in this movie is you can see very much that all of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Clone Wars, the animated show, is taken from this version of Obi-Wan, and you can tell.
Yeah. Plus, it might be just my my personal biases, but I really like his scraggly design in this compared to in Revenge of the Sith, where it's kind of more in line with what he's going to look like when he's older.
Well, that's the fun part, because again, I've seen a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff with this back in the day, and one of the key features that they focused on specifically with Ewan was trying to get the perfect middle ground between Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi and Alec Guinness.
Yeah, and I think they did a pretty good job. It makes him look unique. It makes it instantly recognizable as this era for the character, and good job.
I don't think that's true. I think that's just you with the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, if you watched this at the time, you probably would have gone, "Who the fuck is that?" Until they say, "Oh, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi." Okay.
Well, other than the fact that we've also watched The Phantom Menace and we know what.
He looks nothing like him.
Okay, but it's still Ewan McGregor.
But it doesn't look like him.
Sure, fair enough.
Like, you're saying this because you know what Ewan McGregor looks like now from 25 years of knowing what he looks like.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, that brings us to a close on both this episode and the end of Space Month. Next week we'll be going back to our regularly scheduled programming, which, you know, fans of the show probably already know that we sort of just go all over the fucking place. You've got the comment section down below on YouTube. Let us know what you thought of Attack of the Clones. If you say it's good, I hope you have a damn good explanation. Alternatively, if you've not got the comment section down below on YouTube or Spotify, you can send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Who's your favourite Jedi from this era? Because there's a fuck ton to choose from. If you don't say Plo Koon, I won't take it personally.
Yeah, who's your favourite Glopshito? And, well, we're asking about Jedi, but if you got a different Glopshito.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again next week.
Bye, everybody.